Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another Friday night. This is a very special night tonight. As you guys know, it's all about lawn care Q&A. But tonight we have a very special guest. BYD from Bermuda Grass Central has agreed to come on the show. He's going to come hang out just like me. We're going to be taking your questions, having a great time. We're going to be doing a bunch of giveaways tonight. So I've got some things to give away. He's got some things to give away. Should be a great time. If you are new to the live stream, first of all, welcome. The way this works is super simple. Drop your questions down in the comments and we will work through them in the orders that they come in. Sometimes we have the answers, sometimes we don't, but either way, we have a great time. So let me bring my man in here, Mr. Michael Bowman, Mr. Bermuda Grass Central. BYD, what's going on, man?
Live. Same old, same old. Trying to cut some grass.
Very nice, very nice.
So,
yeah, man.
Guys, if you see me look back and forth, just letting them know I'm live streaming on Instagram also. So open up both devices and watch me here and watch me on the live stream.
Very cool. All right, so let's see what we got in the show tonight. We got Mark F. He's saying, hey, man, you guys looking forward to the show. Phoenix has finally cooled down enough to start my winter lawn. Been 1 week since I threw down perennial ryegrass, and I already see lots of growth. You're a braver man than me. People keep trying to get me to try out to overseed with rye, and I've seen it firsthand when it goes bad, and I'm too afraid of it. What do you think, BYD? Have you ever done that? You ever overseeded with perennial rye?
Yeah, I effed up my yard a couple of times doing it. I
Okay.
actually got a playlist together. I think it's 4 or 5 videos, and it's titled "Do Not Rye This." Or this is why you shouldn't do ryegrass, whatever it is. It's a 4 or 5 video series where I actually did it 2 seasons ago, and I caught H. Matter of fact, my yard did not start to shine back. The meter started to take back over until July. It was like late July. I mean, running into August, and it's like a month behind. So that's one of the worst experiences I've had. Now you got 2 kinds. You got the you got the annual. And you got the perennial. I used the annual because I wanted it to die off when the heat kind of made it go away. But no.
But yeah,
if you're gonna do it in a spot that's not just inconspicuous. I mean, don't experiment on your entire yard the first time you do it. Do it in a little small section, and then like lawn care nut, pray for the best.
Pray for the best. But here's the thing, Mark. I mean, not trying to discourage you, because it can work. It can work. The big thing you got to realize is if your grass has been established and you're sure you're going to spray it out come springtime, you can do it. I just don't like to, I'm originally from the islands, I'm from the Caribbean. I don't like being out in cold weather. That's really, to be truthful, that's the main reason why I don't like to mess with it. But you can do it with good results.
But you hit it on the head. That's it. You don't want to be out there in that cold
I don't want to be out there cold weather. But Mark, definitely keep us posted on how it goes. Guys, what we're going to be doing as far as giveaways tonight, so we got a couple hats. Our friends and partners at Mirimichi Green have sent me some hats to make available to you guys. So we have a gray hat, desert tan, and black. And BYD, I think you've got some other stuff you're going to be doing tonight too.
Yeah, let me show you. And guys, if you're watching on the live stream on Instagram and Ron Henry, I have, I think these Remington like shades.
Okay.
Didn't get any official BYD glasses because they said they was stuck on a ship out in the ocean.
Okay.
And I got some ugly stick glasses.
Nice.
And I'll show you this too. I got some what they call Wellman's. What they call? You know what they call?
Oh, work gloves.
Oh, Wells Lamont. Yeah, work gloves. These are impact though.
Okay.
Right, and I got 2 sizes. I have guys. I'm giving away extra large and a large pair. So hopefully, it'll fit you, but don't go crazy. If you got like baby hands, don't try to get these. Leave for somebody with some big hands. Right?
Well, yeah. I mean, and the way to enter, and Mark, I saw your comment. You said it does not get cold in Phoenix. So in your case, ignore everything I'm saying, because in your case, it makes sense to do. So you're good to go. Guys, the way you enter, so if you are new on the live stream, if you've never been in any of the giveaways before, the way they work is you have to go on the last week's live stream and just put a comment in the comment section. I use like a random comment picker, so there's no funny business. Like it's all random who wins what. So just go in there. You're going to see a bunch of people have already added comments. Acelepryn G, like you see that. So just just go ahead and add your comment. The way we're going to do this is we have so much stuff to get through. Every 20 minutes, we're going to pause, do a giveaway, give something away to someone, and we'll be good to go. And the way this is going to work is if you win something, you're going to have to send me an email with your address of where you want everything to go, and we will get it out to you post haste. All right, so we got Kelby Ruiz in the house. He says, excited for the show. You and me both, Kelby. It should be a good one, man. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Yeah.
Thanks for taking some time to hang out. We got VMH in the house. We got Manuel Alvarez. What's going on, Manuel? And then, so VMH is in the house. He says, hey, Ron, I put down Celsius and prodiamine about 3 weeks ago. And for the past few weeks, and all I see is nutsedge all over my lawn. I should have put down Celsius and Certainty combos. What to do? So if it were me, I mean, it's getting late in the season, but if you want to use just Certainty, only Certainty VMH, that's what you could go with to try and knock out that nutsedge. I like to do the combination of Celsius and Certainty because it works it's very broad coverage. But yeah, when you did your Celsius application, you only did Celsius and you omitted Certainty and you already have it, then go ahead and spray that on the sedges. I like to use 3 of the small scoops with 2 gallons of water, and then your surfactant, and that should do the trick. But check out the video that I did. I show it all in detail there. You should be good to go. Should be good to go. Looking cool in your shades, a BYD.
I'm having fun, man.
All right. So next up we got this is a good one. This is probably one you can take. I'm not sure if there's really a good answer for this, but it's an interesting question from Kelby Ruiz. He says, need some advice, boys. I want to put in a garden, but I'm having a hard time deciding when. Would you wait for the grass to go dormant, or do it in the summer so you can reuse sod for dead spots? What say you, BYD?
Here's the question. Where's the garden going to be? Is it going to be... Are you removing sod to put a garden in that spot? Or... I don't know, but... Like you said, I'm from the islands too, Ron. It's Africa. I don't like being out there in cold weather. I'm going to try to do it maybe when it's a little bit warmer, but it just depends on, that's not a right or wrong answer for that. That's going to depend on you, If you got some help, then do it ASAP. But if you're doing it at your leisurely time, take your time, do some now, some then. But I can't say go do it in the summer because it's a better time to do it in the summer. Only thing I can tell you, if you're planting a garden and you're trying to avoid weeds, then yeah, the winter may be a better time. But are you planting fruits, vegetables? You get what I'm saying? I don't know what you're planting. I don't even know if it's the right time for you to be planting what you're planting that particular part of the season. Yep.
Yeah, all good points. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to grow. And the one thing I would say is that the area that you are planning to, I guess it sounds like you're going to dig up part of your lawn and convert it to a garden. So if you haven't put down pre-emergent as yet, Kelby, you're a little bit late, but if you haven't put down pre-emergent as yet, I would avoid the area that you're planning on converting into a garden, assuming that whatever you're trying to grow can actually be grown this time of year. So yeah, I would say this. Depending on what you're planning to grow in the garden, let that dictate when you do it. Either way can work, but I'd say that whatever you're trying to grow, that should be really the determining factor on when you start your garden. Great question. That's a good one. We have not had that one. Have not had that one before. And then VMH is saying, okay, I'll buy some. I should have it early next week and apply it. It's getting colder nights, around mid 40s around here, so Certainty will still be good next week. Here's the thing, VMH. It's not optimal. It's not the optimal time. I mean, if you're already in the 40s, that's behind you're behind the 8 ball. We got Jason, wrong way. We got Jason over here on this side. I mean, but if you want to try it, you can. It's not going to be as good as you're not going to get as good results had you done it like in the summertime. But yeah, at this point, you don't really have a whole lot to lose. So yeah, I would if you want to give it a shot, give it a shot. But I would not. Don't be surprised if you don't get the the great results that you would get had you done it when temps are a little bit warmer. So
exactly.
Yeah, good times. All right, and guys, if you guys are all joining in, I mean, I know we got like 72 people in the live stream so far. We're just getting warmed up. We are doing a giveaway tonight, so if you want to be entered to win some of the cool prizes, hats, stickers, gloves, some other accessories, you have to go to last week's last week's video and enter Acelepryn G in the comments. I'll actually put that in there. I'll put that in the chat for you guys. And that's how all you have to do to enter. There's no purchase necessary. No, you have to be a subscriber. I appreciate you being a subscriber, but you don't even have to be a subscriber to win. So definitely do that. I'll put it here in the chat here in a second what you need to put in. I appreciate all the likes, guys. Thank you so much. All right, so Kelby has another question. He says, hey, helping the neighbor with her weed yard. How often can I apply the hose and Spectricide? Thinking about applying Roundup. At this point, the weeds/lawn are insanely bad. Pre-Emergent is down. What do you think, BYD, as far as getting that Spectricide down? So he sounds like he wants to do another app. What would you say?
First, can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit muffled, but yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I want to go. But the answer to that is this. If I'm not mistaken, the Spectricide Weed Stop for Lawn should be applied temperatures under 90 degrees. Mm-hmm. You can only use it twice a year. BYD recommends 85 or less. And I think it's, don't quote me on it, make sure you read the label before you apply it, but it's anywhere from 30, you can apply it 30 to 45 days after you applied it the first time, for the entire lawn. Now, spot treating may be a little bit different, but if you're finna apply Roundup, glyphosate product, then I don't understand why you applying Spectricide, period, because glyphosate is just going to wipe everything out.
Right. Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, Kelby, unless the plan is just to smoke the entire lawn and start over, I would not spray Roundup on actively growing grass. I mean, there's a couple of applications where it makes sense. It's like the most economical way. Like if you're trying to knock back Dallas grass or goose grass or some of those more difficult weeds to control, and you're very carefully just, applying it just to those weeds, you're being very, very deliberate about it. That can work, but I am not a fan of spraying Roundup on turf that you want to stick around. I've seen firsthand what can happen, even if you spray it on grass that's supposedly dormant. Next spring, your neighbor might have like dead spots on their lawn from that. So, kind of depends what you're trying to do. If they're trying to start all over, maybe. But I would go the Spectricide route and just be patient because those herbicides are a little bit slower working.
Let me comment on that. Roundup on a dormant lawn. Now, there's been plenty of people say do this, but it's not too many videos you actually see people spraying a dormant Bermuda lawn with glyphosate. I'm not going to argue with people, but if you follow me on Bermuda Grass Central, I don't recommend you do that, period, because it could stunt the growth. The word is it only kills the leafy part, the green part, and that's it. I don't think that's true, because if you spray it on a leafy green spot, it's going to kill that and down to the root.
Right. Your
roots are still actively not so much growing during the fall. They're in a dormant state, but they're not completely dead. D-E-A-D. They're dormant. Went to sleep. Don't spray glyphosate on your homeowner lawn. That goes for the homeowner and the small contractors. For those of you who've done it and said it works for you, then that's on you. But I don't recommend it. I never recommended it. I got 3 videos talking against it. And there's a few people that did it, and they had patchy results. Doing green up, they didn't get a full green up or a fast green up because you stung your Bermuda grass.
Yep. Yes, exactly. I wouldn't recommend. There's the reason why, Kelby. There's too many options that will work well, that will control most weeds, that are a lot safer for the grass you want to keep. So for me, I would not do it. All right, so we got Dalvin, Larry in the house. What's going on, Dalvin? Thanks for coming to hang out. I appreciate you. And then John D, great answer, saying Spectricide, along with most other brands, label their products with a max volume per year, usually anyway. So there you go. Going back to read the label, see what the label says. But yeah, I mean, yeah, read the label. Label is your friend. But the big thing is, you have to realize, guys, anything that you buy at Home Depot outside of like Roundup, like any of the selective herbicides, the ones that they sell at Home Depot and Lowe's and Walmart, those tend to be slower acting. I personally think, I mean, they never say this, but I think it's because the manufacturers know that people are going to over-apply the stuff, and they want to use something as safe as possible. That's still going to get you a good result. So just be, if you're using anything at Home Depot, just know it might work, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. Very cool. All right, Dalvin is chiming in. He says the grass is still super green. I swear it's got the Benjamin button case. Not so green during the growing season, but super green during the non-growing season. Yeah, Dalvin, the thing with you is your grass really started coming in towards the end of the season once we got things in place, once we figured out what was going on with it. So it'll last for a while, but eventually it's going to go dormant. It is going to go dormant. And speaking of green grass, a viewer, Steven Alvarez, I'm not sure if Steven's in the house tonight, but he sent me some pictures of lawn of the month he got. So I'll show you guys that. You guys don't want to see that. It's kind of cool. So he's been following the program and the content. So that's one picture, one shot. That stripe action is on point, sir. I'm digging it. I like it. I like it. It's looking good. And then we'll go to his next picture. Looking good, looking really nice. Now, here's the thing, guys. Now, here's the thing. Before we move on to this next picture, there must be a point deduction for him being an A&M fan. I mean, this is Bulldogs country, but we still have to appreciate the nice lawn. We got to take off a little bit for being an A&M fan. I'm just giving you a hard time, Steven. Lawn looks great, man. Lawn looks great. Just keep doing what you're doing. It looks awesome. All right, very, very cool. All right, next up we have Jose Amante in the house. What's going on, Jose? He says, my Walmart has peat moss 2.2 cubic feet on clearance for $1. Is it too late to top dress in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas? Either way, I'm going to buy a bunch and store it if I have to. It's too late in the season, man. I wouldn't, unless you tell me you got cool season grass, I wouldn't be top dressing now. Even if you had cool season grass, it's probably getting a little bit late in the season for it.
Yeah, getting a little bit late for it.
Yeah. Buy it up and hang, and as long as you get place somewhere dry to keep it, you should be good, right? I mean, peat moss will keep pretty well, right? BYD, as long as you have a dry spot for it.
Cool, dry, out of direct sunlight, no UV rays hitting it, preferably off the ground, so the bag can breathe underneath. And that's how I store most of my bag fertilizers.
Yep, cool, very cool, man. Yeah, but take advantage of that sale. All right, next up we got John D in the house. He says, how do I verticut on a budget? Those machines are expensive. Here's the thing, John D. My lawn's only been verticut one time, and I paid to have a service come out and do it. To your point, they're expensive to actually own the machine. You might be able to rent them. You might be able to rent them. I'm not sure if Home Depot rents verticutters, but renting is probably going to be the cheaper way to go. I've only done it once on my lawn. It creates a huge mess whenever you do it. But I don't have any. I can't tell you about verticutting on a budget because I don't actually have a machine. I don't own one. Outside of like buying a Swordman or an Outlet where they have those cartridges that have a verticutting cartridge, that is probably the cheapest way or one of the more economical ways to own a verticutter if you're also trying to mow too. So something to consider. Yep. Very cool. All right, guys, we're coming up close here to our first giveaway. First up, we got Gunny Grasshoppers in the house. Says, hey, Ron, per your recommendation last week, I just finished up my overseeding of my cool season lawn that is located in North Carolina. I expect rain tomorrow. What's the next step? Just patience, man. If you got the seed down, rain's coming. If you want to get a starter fert down with it as well, if you've not done that, I mean, the Yardmaster 1212 is a great option. But outside of that, just time, and let Mother Nature do its thing. Yeah, if you did a good job with the seeding, and you got that rain coming in, that's you're good to go.
Yeah. Hopefully you won't have gully washing rain though.
Yeah, hopefully it's not too crazy. The big thing, talking about seeding, small segue on that, is that the reason why most seeding projects fail is lack of water. So not saying you need to keep your lawn like it's a swamp for the time to germinate, but you want to make sure it doesn't have an opportunity to dry out over the 2 weeks or so that it takes for the seed to start going in and germinating. So that's the only advice I give you outside of that. Just be patient. It's gonna grow in. Just and enjoy it once it does. Definitely keep us posted. All right. Next up we got Lee Farmer's in the house. He says, hey Ron, goat. I don't know about that, but I appreciate the kind words, sir. Thank you so much. We got Girl LZ Lawn. I see Girl LZ Lawn. I see you're putting out some content. Thanks for coming to hang out in the live stream, Girl LZ. Appreciate you as always. And then Patrick,
I think she just put a video out on how to get your lawn green. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So check that out. Go give her some love.
Another one too about great gifts for lawn care people.
Yeah. Check out. Yeah. So if you guys have not checked out her channel, definitely go give her a look. And then next up, before we do our first giveaway, we got Mr. Patrick in Texas, which I'm guessing he's in Texas. He says, good evening, my peoples. What's going on, Patrick? Hope you are doing well. Okay, guys, so we're going to do the first giveaway now. We are 20 minutes in. We're going to do the first one. BYD, what are we going to do first? We're going to do the impact gloves, or should I do a hat?
Yeah, we can do that. Tell them as long as they got, let's do the large one first.
Okay, we'll do the large gloves. We're doing the large impact gloves. Guys, the way this works, again, if you've not commented on last week's video, last week's live stream, go there and just comment. Put in Acelepryn G, but at this point, just leave a comment on the video and you'll be entered. So the way this works is, it's all done randomly, right? So this link here is the link for last week's video. Just to show you guys there's no funny business. I don't want you guys to be accused of any tomfoolery. So you can see this
I'm just looking at you now.
is last week's content. So rain, and more rain, that's the title of the video. So that's the one you need to go comment on. You can see down here, a lot of people have Acelepryn in the comments. That's all you got to do. And now for that video, we're going to pull it in now. So for the first one, we're going to fetch. We'll just do this again. We'll do this again for the next person. All right. So we got 40 comments. We are first doing the large impact gloves. Our winner for that is Mr. Vertigo. Vertigo, are you in the house? I'm going to have you in here tentatively. If we don't see you chiming in, we'll do it again. But Vertigo, congrats. Yep, so we'll see if you are here, and if not, we'll come back to it. All right, very cool. So you got the impact gloves from Mr. BYD. All right, so next up, we got C Math in the house. He's saying, hey, Ron, just enjoying another live stream. Keep up the good work, buddy. It's gonna be easy tonight. I got help tonight, man. It's always fun having a guest on. So BYD, while I look for the next comment, what are some things you're dealing with? Like, I know you're one question I've been getting this time of year, people are talking about their lawn. They're starting to see scalping when they mow their lawns. Your lawn's a little bit taller right now, right? What do you like when someone reaches out to you and they say, "Hey, I got a bunch of rain. The grass has gotten taller." What do you tell them to do? You tell them to knock it back down, or what's your thoughts?
If it's in the middle of the growing season, then yes, you will have to take a green hit. What is a green hit? A green hit is when you have your lawn is high. I'm just going to make up some numbers. 5 inches. All right. And, that's maybe too tall. Maybe your lawn is high at 3 inches, Bermuda lawn. And you cut it all the way down to 1 inch. When you do that, more than likely, it's going to go brown. Now, here's some factors you need to know. If you're in a rainy season and you take a green hit, then you could possibly get a lot of lawn fungus. So what I recommend you do is when you take that green hit, when you take off a chunk of it, you got to bag it up. Can't leave it on the lawn. And put down a fungicide after you do that. Now, if you time it perfectly, you could be putting down your next application of whatever fertilizer you're using at that moment. That'll help the grass recover a whole lot faster because once you hit it hard, you cut it, choke it down, it's going to want to try to eat. If you got those vitamins, nutrients, fertilizer, cow poo, whatever you got down in there, it's going to help it recover. Now, my yard this year, and I want everybody to listen to Uncle BYD, I have not watered my yard one time this season.
Sacrilege.
I haven't turned on a sprinkler system or anything. It's been raining so much that I hadn't had to. And generally, if it rains once that week, I don't water my yard, period. Now, somebody may have to because it may start to show signs of stress. But I didn't water my yard. Now, here's the downfall to it. Normally, I have a 4 fertilization program. Well, when I switched over to Yard Mastery, I was fertilizing every month. The yard was so well fed that when it rained, it got away from me. If you look at my Instagram picture that I posted earlier, and I'll see if I could show you this picture, maybe on my phone. I took a picture 5 hours ago of me looking out in my yard. I don't know if you could pull it up, Ron, but if not, I'll show it. It's on my community tab.
Maybe you can see it a little bit.
Maybe you can't.
Yeah, come over to a little bit. Yeah, we have to go to your community tab and thing. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up here. I'll work on pulling it up.
This is a picture I just took of my yard today. My yard is absolutely green and thick, but the only downfall is it's back to 5 inches. I took it down to 3.5 last week, and it's back. Then we got some more rain. So at this moment, listen to my advice. If your yard is green right now, and it's super high. It's about to go dormant. My yard is, anyway. I don't know about Phoenix, Arizona, Texas. I don't know when your dormancy line is. I don't know about the transition. You know what I'm talking about, Ron.
Yep.
Excuse me, guys. When it decides to go green. But I'm not going to cut my grass. Yeah. Now you see. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous.
That's pretty good. I got to admit. That's
crushed by a neighbor right there.
That's clean.
Guys. Look at that.
I got to admit, that is clean.
Do you see how green that is? Oh my God! Show that one more time if you can. I gotta look at it for myself again.
I have the technology.
God, look at the people yards in the back. How everybody grass is light. So when I be posting these pictures, sometimes people will always say, and I'm not gonna say haters. It's just people that get tired of seeing that stuff. That, oh, you're bragging. No, I'm not bragging. I'm showing you the results of the products that I used throughout the whole season. Your techniques may change from year to year. You may not have the same cut it low all season or cut it high all season. And I honestly, I kind of went rough on people who had 5-inch Bermuda. But now I'm stuck. I could cut it down. Don't get me wrong. But I'm going to have to bag it up as I go. So I'm going to have to bag it up in increments. But right now, as green as it is, I'm going to ride this thing all the way out to dormancy till I start seeing all those leopard spots in my yard.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, guys. So let's see what else we got in the house tonight. I'm going to acknowledge everyone. We got Papa Moslow. Says, hey, Ron and BYD. What's going on? Papa Moslow, thanks for coming to hang out. We got Tim Altman. He says, I wish I could watch, but I have work. Have fun. Well, at least you came in and said hi. And I have to stand corrected that it is not Girl LZ lawn because, reading is hard.
It's Girls lawn.
It's girl. Yeah. Okay. I've been in the comments. Been beating me up. They're like saying it's Girls lawn. Can't you read? I'm like, okay. So now I know. It's Girls Lawn.
I was going to say something too. I was going to say, hey,
you should have corrected me. You have me here saying Girls LZ Lawn and looking like a crazy person. You could have saved me, man.
Hey, people don't like for you to mess up their name.
Yeah, Girls Lawn, also formerly known as Girls LZ Lawn. I apologize. I will refer to you as Girls Lawn going forward. My mistake.
Is it any way possible you could put a link to her channel down there so people could click on it and go over there and subscribe right now?
I should be able to do
that.
Come on,
guys, support the community. That's one way. And I'm ecstatic that you got a female out there doing lawn care videos.
Yeah.
Because most women don't do their own lawns, and that's very unique. And she needs to be more appreciated.
Definitely recognized.
By more subscribers.
For sure. All right. Next up, we got Mr. Putz. It says, it's been around while since I could enjoy the stream. Have a good show, Ron. Everyone smash that like button. That's a good point. We're right at 100, guys, and I know we're still early in, but if you guys wouldn't mind touching that like button ever so gently, it's free to do.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to support the channel, support the live stream, sends good vibes to the algorithm, gets more people coming our way, helps us supply and pay for all the cool stuff that you guys get to see on the channel. So I would really appreciate that.
Yes.
If you guys would not mind. We also got Miss Tara checking in from ATL. I think it's one of your viewers, right? BYD.
ATL. They're from Atlanta. I love them.
Yep. Next up, we got Keep It Moving. We got Keep It Moving in the house. Ron Henry and BYD back at it. My weekend can suck after this. I appreciate it. Keep it moving. We sure do. And you said, Manuel says, I need to mow, but it's wet. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, Manuel. If you got a rotary, mowing with wet grass, mowing a wet lawn with a rotary mower is going to create more of a mess than it helps. But with a real mower, you can do it. It's less messy. But yeah, if you just wait till you get some dry weather and then knock it down, then that can also work too. We got Robert Rainey in the house. What's going on, Robert? Travis, LG is in the house. What's going on, LG? Thanks for coming to hang out. I appreciate you. And we got Manuel. Robert again, Shazia Chandri. Shazia is coming in from I think you're from the UK. I believe so, Shazia. Aren't you over from England? So it's always cool to see you come in and hang out in the live stream as well. Let me run down here. I think we have a super chat that I got to grab here from Mr. Merrill Williams. Thank you so much, Merrill. I appreciate the generosity.
Super chat received.
He says, happy Friday, Ron and everyone. I have Zoysia in Columbus, Georgia, that was put down 5 months ago. I was told that if I applied Pre-Emergent, it would hurt my lawn. Is this correct? So for Bermuda, I have applied Pre-Emergent on a Bermuda lawn 3 months after the lawn was sodded. That's what happened on my lawn. If out of an abundance of caution, if you want to wait longer, because it's been 5 months, I mean, Zoysia is definitely more sensitive than Bermuda. If you want to wait till the spring, like just realize you're gonna have to deal with POA. That's a safer way to go. So could you do it? Probably and get away with it. But I mean, if you want to be ultra safe, wait till the springtime. You got to remember, like the cool season guys, they wait an entire year. Like if they had done what you did, they would wait until 12 months go by before they do any kind of pre-emergent. So I would give it just to be safe, because you spent a lot of money and time obviously putting your Zoysia in. We don't want to mess it up. I would say at the earliest, let's wait till the spring of next year. What do you think, BYD?
My recommendation. I have a Zoysia test strip in my bag.
Okay.
Zoysia. My advice: wait 12 months and treat it with post-emergent, because when you read those labels, it's going to say that. Now, this is just straight up info. Mm-hmm. This is not for the haters to run in and try, blah, blah, you said this and that.
They would never do that.
I've put
They would never do that.
I put pre-emergent down on Bermuda grass and got away with it, and it hadn't been the 12 months. But what could possibly happen is it could stunt the growth of the new roots, per se. Mm-hmm. It's not going to stop your Bermuda grass. It's going to still grow. It could slow up your green up. I've been told when you put down, and I only done it one time, where I put down some test sod. 3 months before I put it down, I put down pre-emergent. Actually, I put it down twice in that spot. Then we put the sod down on it, and it was the last part of the fall, and then came green up. It was probably about 2 weeks behind the other grass.
I see.
But it did green up. So if you scared you're going to waste your money or your investment, I would play it safe and hold off and treat it with some post-emergent, like store-bought spectricide, because this stuff is not as potent as the bigger name brands, and you won't do as much damage, if any, to your Bermuda lawn. And notice I'm saying Bermuda lawn. That Zoysia strip I had, the one thing I did notice about it, I only fertilized it once throughout the whole season, and it did great. Because it's real slow growing. Mm-hmm. The Bermuda was outpacing it 2-1. But and I use the same fertilizer, the high nitrogen count, but using that Zoysia, you don't really have to go super high. You just want the color and a little growth. Now, if you got a lot of bare spots in your lawn, that's high nitrogen type fertilizer right there. But as far as the pre-emergent, I'm going to advise you to read your product label before you start putting it all over your yard, and get an idea of what you're doing before you actually go do it, then ask the question.
Yeah, because to BYD's point, the safest is to wait a year, and there's so many really good good post-emergent herbicides for warm season grass that are really relatively safe if you follow the label. That there's no reason to risk it, especially because Zoysia grows so slow too. If you hurt it, if you give the Zoysia a little ouchie, it could be, it could seriously hurt how the lawn looks next spring, and we definitely don't want to do that.
It'll take a long time longer for it to recover. I wanted to say that too, because I gouged it at a church. It took, oh my God, it was so slow to recover too. It was ridiculous, man. But it did recover, but just slow, because that's the nature of Zoysia grass. Right.
Cool. All right, we got that one. Next up, we got Onesri. I think it's Onesri. Onesri says, how to kill ranchweed. Onesri, I've never even heard of ranchweed, so I'm not sure how to kill it. BYD, you ever heard of ranchweed?
Somebody asked me that last week. Maybe the same person that's asking that question now.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard of ranch weed before.
Yeah, I've not heard of ranchweed. I'm not sure of that one, man. I don't.
I'll be honest with you. A lot of the weeds you see me talk about are the most common weeds, or weeds that I have in my yard. So when they go outside of weeds that are in my yard, I'm not going to sit here and be able to identify all of them unless I'm having issues with certain weeds. But the most common one, crabgrass, Dallas grass, nutsedge, what else? Kalinga. I'm trying to think of spurge, stuff like that. That's common. And most of the time when you buy the stuff at the store, or even the more expensive brands, most of the time it's going to cover that. You just got to read the label and see if it's sitting there, or if it says if you have ranch weed per se, instead of doing 2.5 ounces, you need to do 3.5 ounces per 1,000 square feet or something like that. Yep. So the key is going to be to read the label. What you need to do is Google how to kill king ranch weed, and that's where you're going to get some of your best information from. Then you can go from there.
Yeah, I'm just looking just quickly here. I mean, a lot of that's showing up is like glyphosate, so it might be one of those difficult ones. So yeah, I'll take it under. I'll take this one as one to look into, because you've asked BYD, you've asked me. So I mean, just for my own knowledge, I want to know exactly what it is and how to get rid of it. So something I'll research over this upcoming week. Great question, One-Zri. Sorry we don't have a better answer for you, but we will look into it. All right, next up, you got Mazama Blue in the house saying happy Friday, Ron and BYD. Thank you so much, Mazama. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Shazia, he says, good evening to you. Hope you're keeping well, and thanks for another great evening of content. Yeah, man, I'm doing well. I cannot complain. Can't complain. We have Blue Jay 3000 in the house. This is classic collaboration. Thanks, Blue Jay. And then Mark F, I'm way behind. He says tons of folks in.
Is he from Atlanta? Is Blue Jay 3000 from Atlanta?
I'm not sure. He might. Well, you can ask him, and then I guess he'll chime in here in a little bit. We'll be able to tell.
Okay.
And then we got G Free saying BYD, Stripe Action, and Crushed Eye Neighbor going to be a great show. And Mark, that's cool, man. If you guys get if a lot of people in Arizona, if it's a thing in Arizona where a lot of people overseed with perennial ryegrass and they get a good result, then yeah, go for it. It's just around here I've seen it go sideways. To where I try and give people all the reasons not to do it before I tell you to jump head in and go for it. But it can work. It can happen. You can get a great result with it. It's just know what you're getting into. But definitely keep us posted, man, on how it all works out.
Please do.
All right. Next up, we got Dee Dee saying, hey, Ron, I used Scott's Fert with tenacity, then reseeded. 3 weeks later, the grass is growing and the weeds are white. Should I pull up the white weeds or just let them be? So if they're going to die out, I would honestly leave them alone. I mean, you can, I wouldn't disturb them. Yeah, I wouldn't disturb them. I would just let the herbicide, let it do its thing. I wouldn't pull them up. I would not. All right, great.
What type of grass is that? You know?
He didn't say, but he said Scott's Fert with tenacity. So I'm imagining he's probably somewhere up north.
Season.
Yeah, cool season grass. I would think so, because I don't even know if around here they sell the Scott's weed and feed that has tenacity, and I don't think our local Home Depots sell that. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, guys. So we are up for our next giveaway. Now, I didn't see anything from Vertigo. I don't think he's here, so we're gonna end up doing two things. We're gonna do the sunglasses again. We're gonna do the work gloves again, and we're gonna do the Mirimichi Green gray hat in luscious gray. If you guys like gray, I mean, these are very nice hats, nice trucker hats. Registered 112s. Thank you, Mirimichi Green, so much for making these available. All right, so back over to the comment tool. Let me get over here and dig that up, and I'm gonna have to refresh this because more people may have come in. So here's the thing, guys. If you've won, you're not going to be eligible to win like twice, right? But I mean, I know some of you guys may have gone over there and commented, so I'm going to refresh this and then have it go through and pull in the new people. So, all right. So we're going to be doing, again, the gloves again and the gray Mirimichi Green hat. So the winner for the hat, first of all, is Blue Jay 3000. Are you in the house, Blue Jay 3000? I'm pretty sure I just saw you. Yeah. So if you are here, sir.
He just commented.
He just commented. I know you just commented, so I know you're here. Yeah. So if you don't mind, send me an email with your mailing address of where you want this hat to go. So you are the winner of the Mirimichi Green hat. So I'm putting a note here in for you, Blue Jay 3000, and my email address of where you need to send your mailing info to is here, ron@golfcourselawn.com. So send it there, and I will get this out to you post haste. All right, so let's go back and let's do one more. Do it again, and we will get the gloves that BYD gave away for the first one because that person wasn't here. So the winner for the gloves is Amando Martinez. Amado, are you in the house? If you are, say, yeah, I'm here, and then and send me an email at ron@golfcourselawn.com, and we will get you squared away. So I'm going to put a star by the hat, 'cause I know the person for that one is here. but the other ones I have not seen as yet. So guys, you still got plenty of chances. People aren't showing up. They're not here to. Actually, no, Amato, I do see you here. Amato Martinez, I see you. So Amato, send me an email here, ron@golfcourselawn.com with your address, and we will get the hat out to you. We'll get the hat out to you. Oh, sorry, the gloves out to you. I'm sorry. The hat.
Gloves.
Yeah, the gloves. The gloves will go to you. All right. Very cool. If you have a preference over large or extra large, again, like just drop it in the comments, and BYD will let you know. He can ship which one that will fit you best. All right, guys. So we're making progress. We're getting this stuff given away. All right. Mark saying it does not get cold in Phoenix. And Amado Martinez, the winner of the glove, says, "Hello, sir. Once my Bermuda has gone dormant in Central Texas, the great state of Texas, what do you recommend to keep feeding my soil with? Should I use humic or biochar or another product? Thank you." Okay, so I can tell you what I did over the winter, Amado. I used Essential G. That's what I was putting on my lawn. I used Essential G. I also used Carbon Pro G. Those products are either one of those will work. The only rule for those really, again, you're in Central Texas, so it probably can get freezing there. The only rule for those products is if the ground is ever frozen, and this is really true for any lawn care product, fertilizer, or anything else. If the ground is frozen, you don't want to apply that. But if you just want to help build up the soil or help improve the soil over winter months, you got to scratch that itch to apply something. Essential G is a great option. I'll show you what I'm talking about right here. You go to golfcourselawn.store. And you can find it right there. This guy right here, Essential G, is what I would recommend. I wouldn't do fertilizer. I wouldn't do anything else at this point. But that you absolutely can apply, no problems whatsoever, over the winter months and into the early spring while the lawn is still dormant. So great stuff, man. And if you have another product you want to use, like some other humic product, you can do that as well too. But I'm giving you advice based on what I personally use and I've gotten good results with. So. Great question. All right, let me run down here and get some of these super chats. I got one here from, did I miss any? No, I got one here from, let's see, Mr. Calvin Winston. What's going on, Calvin? Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Super chat received.
And we have another super chat from CR in the house. It says, great live stream, my warm season grass in Atlanta. So another person in the ATL. Thanks for that. And I think we are caught up. Very, very cool, guys. Thanks so much for the generosity. We really do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Girl LZ saying I wear extra small. I don't know. We don't have any. I don't know. We can't help you out on that one tonight, unfortunately.
All right. She is teeny weeny, man.
Yeah. I keep saying girl LZ. Girls long. When I say girl LZ, say Ron. It's girls. Hi. All right.
I'm not getting involved in that.
Next up, we got Lindrick Butler. Says, happy Friday, new listener, about 5 weeks. Thanks for coming to hang out, Lindrick. I appreciate you. Ron, I'm a big fan of you and BYD. Thanks for all your hard work. We truly do appreciate that. That's pretty awesome. We got Snellville in the house. What's going on, Snellville? And you wear a medium. Okay. That's very cool. And then Curtis Smith in the house saying, one of my customers used too much weed killer and it looks like he killed the grass. What should I recommend to him? So what say you, BYD? You put too much weed killer down.
Water, time. You could probably put down some Milorganite at half the rate, or Sunnyland All Natural at half the rate, or whatever natural lawn fertilizer you want to use. I wouldn't use any high nitrogen or try to force it back and all this and that. You're gonna have to wait that out. I mean, It is what it is. Now, if it's right now, it's finna go dormant anyway. So, and that's if it's Bermuda grass. So, if it's cool season grass, now will probably be the time that you will have to start trying to fertilize it and put new seeds down or whatever.
Yeah. But I mean,
you destroy a yard by accident, especially Bermuda grass, and it's early in the season. You gotta wait that out. You're gonna need lots of rain. That's the only thing I can tell you.
Yeah, just time. Curtis, it's just gonna be time. I mean, there's nothing you can do to actually reverse the process. I mean, you can water it heavily. You can add a light fertilizer if you want, assuming that I'm not sure where you are. Assuming that you're still in the growing season, but it's just the biggest answer is just gonna take some time to fix it. Yep. All right, so next up we got here a question from Phoenix Blue Moon. It's a good one. He says, at what point would you say should be the last cut? Now, here's the thing. I'll take this one first. I'm a bad person to ask because I've even cut my lawn a couple times over winter months. So I mean, I'll still get out there once every 3 weeks and just lay some stripes, knock it down, make it look nice. But as far as your last cut, whenever it goes dormant, every lawn's going to be a little bit different, you know. So I think if you have warm season grass, when it goes dormant, you can stop mowing it if you want. So it's kind of your call on that. I tend to mow a little bit throughout the winter, you know, once every few weeks, just to keep it clean, keep it looking nice. What about you, BYD? When you go dormant, do you shut it down?
When it goes dormant,
Right.
I'll give it that last little skim over just to neaten it up. And I'm like you. Let's say the middle of November, I might skim it again just to keep it looking neat. December, possibly, because I'm not getting snow. I'm skimming it now. But during these months also is a great time to start taking your Bermuda grass down to 1 inch or whatever lowest you want it to go to get it right for spring.
Right.
So you could take 1 inch off of dormant grass, you know, every 2-3 weeks, every 3 days. It just depends on you. But as far as the last cut, that's going to depend on you. But most people, when it goes dormant and leaves all over it, they shut it down.
Yep. Great advice. I completely agree. All right, we got Mr. DG's in the house saying, love the live stream. It's good to see two staples of the lawn community come together. Yeah, man, it's fun. You guys don't have to see me all the time, hear me talk all the time. You get to hear another perspective on things. That's always fun, right? And also, it makes it a little bit easier for me. I can relax a little bit versus trying to read comments, you know, do everything at once. It's actually, believe it or not, it's actually a little less stressful having a guest on. It's dinner time for BYD. People want to know what you eat now. Yeah. He says, hey BYD, are you eating that dandelion salad now? What you eating?
No. I ate that last week. Right now I'm just chowing down on some Panda Express rice. But listen, that video came about because, you know, I have a few people that asked about it, and that video didn't get a lot of traction. It's just something I just put out there for content for the people who were asking, the 8-9 people that watched that video. But that dandelion salad, listen, it tastes just like regular salad. The only thing I suggested was make sure you go buy it at an FDA approved location, like a grocery store. No, you won't find it at a regular grocery store, but like a farmer's market or Asian market or something like that. And I mean, it was different. That's the only thing I could say. When I chomped down on it, I knew I was eating something that I hadn't ate before. But it's you know, it was different. That's the only thing I can say.
Okay. All right. So next up, we got Thurston R. says, hey, Ron, happy Friday. Upstate New York. What's going on? Upstate New York. All right. It says, tall fescue, Kentucky bluegrass looking good. I just applied my fall fert app today. I was hoping the RGS from Yard Mastery would have arrived today. Is there a cutoff to apply? Thurston, I've never applied RGS, so I can't say. I wouldn't think so. I mean, again, kind of the same rule. As long as the ground's not frozen, you should be good to go. BYD, have you ever used RGS? You ever tried the Yard Mastery RGS?
And what exactly is RGS supposed to do?
Yeah, I think it stands for root growth stimulator, but I've never actually used it, so I can't say for sure. So Thurston, okay. I'd say check your label, man. Check the label.
Yeah, check the label. If it's a root growth stimulator and your grass is about to go dormant, what are you trying to stimulate it for? Now, let me tell you this. Well,
he's up north, though. He's probably not going dormant just yet.
Okay, he's up north. He's up north. Then that may be different then, because your grass roots are going to push a little bit deeper at the beginning of fall. Come winter, they're going to not push as hard. Come spring, they're going to push back hard. Whereas Bermuda grass is spring, summer, then they fade off up until August. So, experiment.
Yeah,
read the label, experiment. Yeah, and see what happens. Research that video on YouTube, because that's not a product that I in particular use on my lawn.
Yep. All right, so next up we got Walter. It's a good one. He says, my soil is rock hard, all clay. Anything else I can put down other than the Lesco products and humic acid? So here's the thing. Probably this can be controversial, but if you are trying to relieve compaction in soil, regardless of the kind of soil, if it's hard clay or sandy soil, doesn't matter what it is, the best way, in my opinion, to do that is to aerate it, like physically aerate it. Like go out and rent an aerator, and aerate the lawn. Now, if you are in Georgia, now is not the time of the year you really want to be doing that. You want to do that more in the spring, early spring,
summer.
late spring, early summer, when the grass is actively growing. But that is going to be your best way to kind of to relieve compaction. Yeah, the other products, like humic acid, it definitely has value. It definitely has value as far as like stimulating or enhancing microbial activity, but it's not going to produce the same results as hollow tine aerating. Like if you look at it from this way, Walter, think about it from this standpoint. Like if like golf courses are always about trying to save money, right? If they could simply spray a product and get the same result that they did what they do with hollow tine aerating, they would do it because it'd be easier just to run something, they spray something, but they still hollow tine aerate. So in your case, especially when you're dealing with really hard soil, I would aerate it. And it's still early in the season, but just to kind of keep a mental note, like the day before, you want to do a decent watering just to kind of soften things up a little bit, and you're going to get a better result with the aeration if you do that.
Now, I will say this too. With the aeration, once you get those holes in the ground, that's a great time to add alternative products like humic acid, Sunnyland All Natural, milorganite, chicken poo, whatever it is. It really gets deep into the soil then versus you're applying that product down on a hard surface. I've never been a true believer of anything you can just spray on the ground and it's going to open it up and let all the nutrients flow all the way down to the bottom. But having said that, I think those products have their benefits just depending on the use. Am I personally going to do that? No, because I'm already doing too much. I'm cutting the yard 3 times a week. I got all kinds of stuff going on, so I'm just not going to keep putting stuff down every week. But once you open that soil up, like Ron said, with the aeration, the hollow tins, where you pull the plug out the ground, and then the water and nutrients can go down in it, and this is the bottom of it. Don't use your nasty mind right now, but it goes down in there, and once that water is down in there, and nutrients and stuff, they'll flow where they're supposed to go. They get deeper in the soil that way. That way they can get closer to the root zone, or even past the root zone, or even make your roots want to start pushing down towards that sweet juice or whatever that they're tasting.
You put down there. Yep. All good points. So yeah, just springtime, I would budget for a hollow tine aeration. That's what I would do, Walter.
Yeah.
All right. B Young's in the house. Says, hey, happy Friday. What's going on, B Young? Thanks for coming to hang out. We appreciate you. Mr. Connor Souls is in the house. Says, hey, Ron. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. I got good company tonight. I'm pointing the wrong way. I got good company tonight. Coming to hang out and answer other questions. All right, we got Tim B. He says, BYD. I planted Blackjack Bermuda from seed last year. It struggled coming out of dormancy this year. Overall decent, but not what I want. Okay. I guess it's a comment, just not really a question. But I guess you never know, man. I guess we'll see how it does this upcoming spring. You didn't really ask a question, Tim, but.
I could turn it into a question. If you did that and you didn't get the results you wanted, what conditions did you do it up under? Is it in an area that's full of shade? Because that's going to stunt the growth a lot anyway. Mm-hmm. Did you get a lot of washout, a lot of heavy rain when you seeded that? Because a lot of people think you could just put the seeds down and walk away from it when you literally have to keep that area moist. Water anywhere from 2 to 3 times a day. I'm not talking about saturate water. I'm talking about just to keep that ground moist enough so those seeds will stick. Did you aerate when you overseeded or seeded that lawn? Or did you till up the whole ground? It just, all these things factor into it. My backyard, where you see, I got a lot of shade. You watch my videos. It took me 3 seasons to get that grass to actually take, because every time I planted it, it was always a situation. Rained too hard, didn't rain enough. I don't have a sprinkler system, so I had those little timers, and it just didn't work out. I'm dragging water hose all over the yard. So what are the factors? You got to research that before you say that they didn't work, or it just, did you do everything possible to get success?
Sure. Yep. All good points, because you're right. Once Bermuda is established, it should do well given enough sunlight. So yeah, all good points. All right, next up we got Lois in the house saying, "Hey, Ron, what's going on, Lois? Hope you are doing well. Thanks for coming to hang out in the live stream. I appreciate you as always." This is a good one here. So Lindrick is in the house. He says, hey, I'm here in Snellville. I applied Spectricide the weekend we had all that rain. Okay. I see temps will drop to about 55 degrees on Sunday. Can I still apply Prodiamine or something else? BYD?
Let me read the question again.
Yeah, so
Spectricide.
Yeah, so Mike, I'd say this: you want to get it down. You are already behind the 8 ball, or you're already late as far as getting your pre-emergent down. So the answer is yes. Like I would get it down yesterday. So yeah. If you've not, because really September, if you're in Snellville, so you're a little bit. You
should have put it down. Me personally, anywhere from I got a calendar that I put out, and I said September 15th would be my latest. Actually, this year I put it out September the 1st, but I put it down with a 1907 Let's Go with the pendimethalin. No, excuse me. That's dimension in it. Mm-hmm. And for that reason, now I will be coming back probably mid-October. Right before I know it's about to get frosty, and I got at least 15, 20 good days where the soil won't freeze up, and put down my second app going into the winter. But if you waited this late, you're behind it. But I will say this. Still apply your Prodiamine, because here's why. You don't know what seeds, weed seeds, that you actually missed. You remember I did a video where I said some seeds have good years, some weed seeds have good years, and some weed seeds have bad years. So we don't know what's going to be the seed that's just going to overrun the yard. Maybe that seed hadn't germinated yet for the winter, the cool season weeds or whatever. So apply it, but still expect to see some weeds if you have a yard that's known to have weeds.
Sure. Yep. I would still, exactly what BYD said. I would definitely still put down Prodiamine. Absolutely, you want to get pre-emergent down. Even late is better than not doing it at all. All right, so I think we already answered your question, Phoenix Blue Moon, about last time to cut. I think we already covered that one. Brick Rehab's in the house saying BYD and Ron Henry are together. We're in trouble, folks. You don't know, man. I'm trying to police the comments, and I got to police BYD a little bit. It's like we got two. It's like working overtime.
You know why he has to police me, y'all, right?
Oh, I know. I know you can get. All right, so next up we got Oxan. He says. Two icons, one on live. This is awesome. Way to go, gentlemen. Hey, what about that aerating? Thanks. Enjoy the evening. Yeah, so I saw it. I did look into it, Ogsan. I mean, it looks cool. If you have the ability to get like someone, you can rent one of those pieces of equipment and get it done. I mean, it looks cool. It looks like it has some value to it. I don't know that it is. Again, here's the thing. I've never done it. I've never had it done on my lawn, so I can't say that it was like the greatest thing since sliced bread. But if you have someone in your area that can do it, give it a shot. It's not gonna. It looks like it does do a better job than standard aeration. So if you have the ability to do it and it's not prohibitively expensive, go for it. Mm-hmm. I would give it a shot. It definitely can't hurt. Can't hurt. Okay, we have Mr. Brett's Grasscapades in the house. What's going on, Brett? Thanks for coming to hang out, man. Brett's in the house. Not too much, man. We are doing well. I'm enjoying my lemonade. I got Jason here next to me. Actually, that's not Jason. I'm not sure which one what character that is, but someone scary.
I don't know who this is. This is
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's your neighbor after seeing your green grass, maybe.
Yes. That's, oh my goodness.
We got Wayne Chandler saying BYD and Ron, Batman and Robin of Lawn Care. All right. And then Andre Pro saying we went on this one. Well, we're here, man. We are here. I'm trying to burn through these questions and just get some of the other comments we got. Clayton Wilson in the house saying I'm getting the best color of the year too. Crushing all the neighbors. Alex B is in the house. K Ward, Michael Selly. This is a good one, Alex B. This is a good one on BYD before we do our next giveaway. Another giveaway, 20 minutes in, so we're going to do another giveaway here in a second. Alex has a question. He says, Ron and BYD, do any of you opt for anything different in terms of the final FERT application of the season, or pretty much just what you've been using the whole season? I can take that one first, Alex. So I'm still applied Humic Max. I'm still using the same stuff that I used over the summer. I just put it down at a lower rate. I apply a little bit less of it, and I also didn't do any liquid fertilizer app for my last app of the season. So I just backed the how much N is going into the lawn down. So it's been been 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks now at this point since I did my last app. It was a lighter one, and then I'm done. I'm done with it. So what about you, BYD? Did you do anything different, or do you change it up? How do you go?
No, I don't. Unless I'm experimenting on some product, but even if I'm experimenting, I'm not going to tell you until I get the real results. But other than that, I try to keep it simple. I'll tell you exactly what I did in my yard this year. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I did 5 granular fertilizer. BYD Jr. is laughing at me, y'all. I did 5 granular fertilizations, 1 Sunnyland, micronutrients, I forgot what they call it, the micronutrients, liquid fertilization, 2 applications of Sunnyland, all natural. I aerated my yard twice, and that's it. I hadn't did any other than some liquid weed kill and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't go too far and be beyond with it. You gotta pick a plan, guys. You can't keep watching all these videos and just jumping. You have to pick a plan that's solid and stick with it. You won't get your best lawn your first year trying this, I promise you. Because this year alone, I've been doing lawn care for over 30 years, and I am stoked on how my yard looks this season as far as the deepness and the greenness and the rate of growth. It's just going to depend, and over applying chemicals can do harm sometimes, but you got to do the research. And if Ron Henry has a plan, follow that plan all the way from the beginning to end. Go to his store, buy the product, look at his videos, and just do it. It's that easy. Same way with mine. Look at the videos, go to the my affiliation links, buy the product, and put it down. But you don't have to keep putting down extra stuff thinking you're going to get
more results.
Super better results.
Yeah, more isn't better
what
always.
You may have already have. Unless you experiment on certain plots. I'm going to give you an example real quick. I hear a lot of people talking about this Bermuda. Okay, hold on. I can't breathe. I hear a lot of people talking about this Bermuda. Well, they're putting down perennial ryegrass.
Or Kentucky bluegrass.
Bermuda grass. Okay. That's fine. But don't do your whole yard like that until you experiment on a certain section, because if it does not turn out like you want it to, guess what? You're going to be like BYD was when I did my whole entire yard with ryegrass and fought it the whole freaking season trying to figure out how to make videos, which I did on how not to put ryegrass down in your yard. But you have to kind of experiment. If run plan only requires a certain amount of things, that's what you stick with. Don't go outside of that. Don't watch this channel and then you go to another channel and watch theirs. You get bad results. Then you're coming back to our channel trying to ask how to fix a mistake that shouldn't have been made in the first place if you just simply read the label or just stuck to a plan. When you go to Scott's and you sign up for their fertilization program, they send you all kinds of stuff about how their plan works.
Yep.
If you follow this, and I'm not promoting Scott's, but if you follow Scott's plan verbatim, you're going to get results. It's just that simple. If you don't get the results, they give you back 100% of your money as long as you keep that receipt in the bag, show proof of purchase. But that's my answer to that. If you did something that's working so far, stick with it, but experiment off on the side and see the results.
Cool.
Because this is for life. As long as you're in that house, you're going to always want the best yard. You don't want the second to best yard. You want to crush thy neighbor. You want some stripe action going on in that yard. And the best way to do it is to follow the 2 of America's Most Wanted on TV, YouTube Live right now.
All right. So next up we got, Dimitri says, so even in Florida, too late for top dressing with peat moss. You know what? I'm not going to answer this one. I'm going to hand this one over to Brett's Grasscapades, where Brett says, depends on what part of Florida. And then my man is saying that if you're south of I-4, you'll be okay. So there you go. If you're south of I-4 and you want to top dress now, go for it. If you're north of I-4, not a great idea. Guys, it is the top of the hour, and that's 2 things. That means 2 things. First, let me run down here and get these super chats. We got one from Mr. Patty Barnes. Thank you so much, Patty.
Received.
He says, new Bermuda late in May. Too soon to put down pre-emergent in Texas. If you are trying to be ultra safe, Patty, wait until the spring and just treat with post-emergent herbicides. Being that you put it down in May, it's probably gonna it probably be okay with it being Bermuda. But if you're just trying to be ultra safe, wait until spring of next year before you put down pre-emergent. And then we have LG. Thanks so much, LG. Thanks for coming to hang out.
Super chat received.
Saying the 7 p.m. sip. It's actually the 8 p.m. sip, but you are correct, LG. Tonight's sip at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. my time is sponsored by you. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much. And while we get over, guys, switch over and refresh the winners for the next item we're giving away. Be sure to touch that like button ever so gently. It's free for you guys to do. Great way to support the channel. Costs you absolutely nothing, and it helps further our reach on YouTube, which is what we are all trying to do. All right, so it is the top of the hour. Our next giveaway. Next, we are doing the Ugly Stick sunglasses. So BYD, can you show the 5 folks who they have the option to win the Ugly Stick polarized sunglasses? All right, so that's what we're going to be doing. So we'll come over here now. We'll go back to the giveaway just to make sure that no one else, in case anyone else has jumped in, I'm going to refresh this. So I'm going to copy this, reload it, and just give anybody that may have entered their comment on last week's live stream video a chance to win. But remember, if you already won, you're not eligible to win again. Okay, so we're loading up, and our winner for BYD's glasses is Travis Winston. Travis, please come up to the DJ booth and give us your address, if you don't mind emailing that, sir. Thank you so much, Travis Winston. So Travis won the glasses. So the glasses, Travis Winston was the winner of that. So Travis, again, send me an email if you don't mind with the address where you want it to go. Here, ron@golfcourselawn.com, and we will get those out to you. So we still got more stuff to give away, but you are the winner of those glasses. So congratulations. Congrats. We still got more stuff to do, guys. We still have we have 2 more Mirimichi Green hats to do and some more gloves that BYD has. So stay tuned. Don't run away just yet. All right. I appreciate the super chat, LG. Thanks again for all of the support. All right. We have Begonias 444 in the house. What's going on, Begonias? Thanks for coming to hang out. Appreciate you as always. I see all you guys are coming to the support of Girls Lawn. See, I'm getting better, LG. I'm getting better. See, I'm making a conscious effort. Ron, say Girls Lawn. Girls Lawn. Yeah. So I got it good. All right. Next up, we got Yahebo saying, "I need y'all on my team." We are on your team, man. You got us on YouTube. You got access to us. So yeah, we are around. All right, great. So Lindrick Butler has another lawn care question. He says, "I have fungus and moss in my yard due to shaded areas. Do you have any recommendations?" I do, Lindrick. So 2 things. Anything we can do to eliminate the shaded area, because here's the thing. First of all, it's probably not just the shade. If the area where you're having the fungus and moss issues is also an area where water settles, so like an area where it doesn't drain very well, so if it rains, water sits there for much longer than other parts of the lawn, you're creating conditions when you combine that also with shade where moss and fungus can take root and become an issue. So I'm going to give you a product. I'll give you a link here to like a fungicide that I like. It's called Headway G. However,
I'm gonna step away for just a second.
Sure, go for it. But what's important is that you address the issue, the problem in the first place. We want to get rid of the conditions that are causing the fungus and moss to be a problem in the first place. Like there's Moss X you can buy, which I think is a Scott's product, and I'll give you a link to a great fungicide. It's called Headway G. But again, if you have an area where water is just staying in that lawn for a long period of time, that place where you're getting the fungus, we're not really curing the problem. We're just kind of treating the symptoms. So I would I'd look into the area that you're having the problem with, see what we can do to get more sunlight on it, see what we can do to reduce or eliminate the shade. And then when you do your fungicide or Moss X treatment, that you'll get a lot more out of it, right? You won't just always be chasing your tail by just throwing something at it and hoping for the best, because it's just going to come back again. But I put a link in the chat there to Headway G. It's an excellent fungicide. But again, I would look into seeing if there's anything we can do to reduce those shaded areas in the lawn. We got Chips and Guac saying, what's up, Ron and BYD? We doing well, man. We are doing well. Thanks for coming to hang out, Chips and Guac. We also have Jack Riff. He says, got my Bermuda lawn in San Diego, California. Should I cut low and fertilize or just let it go dormant? I would let it go dormant. I mean, whatever height you're cutting it at, Jack, I would keep it around that height. You know, you can continue maintaining the height of cut that you're currently at, but I wouldn't throw a ton of fertilizer at a lawn that's trying to go dormant. Here's why.
Let it go dormant.
Yeah, let it go dormant. It's trying to go to sleep, and you can create fungus problems that you're not going to really see until spring of next year. So just, you know, cut back on the fertilizer. Trust me, I have personally lived through spring dead spot. It absolutely stinks. Like, here's the problem. Like, you're not gonna know you have the problem until March, April of next year, when every other part of your lawn is greening up, and you got these like circles in your lawn that are just dead for no apparent reason. Could be other things, and a lot of times it's spring dead spot, and something that causes that is over fertilization. Not doing a fall fungicide is one, but also putting too much fertilizer down in the fall helps create those kinds of problems. So I would back it off. Wait till next spring to really go hog wild on more fertilizer and mowing low. All right. Begonias 444 says, I have fungus too. I think it's rust spot. So if it is rust spot, I mean, begonias, you might want to, you know, if you're watering a lot, try backing off on the amount of water you're putting on the lawn. I'm not sure which part of the country, but if you can try and reduce the water, that will help. The same product I just linked in the description, Headway G, that will work for you as well too. But again, if there's something you're doing that's helping to cause the conditions, create the conditions where the fungus is really, you know, taking root, let's also try and remove that, so you're not just putting down fungicide and then it goes away for a little while and it comes right back. So you want to try and treat the problem, not just the symptoms all the time. The root cause.
Yep.
Root cause. All right. So Alex B is chiming in with Walter. You guys going back and forth. Okay, Kevin D. Jones, he's throwing a little bit of shade, but he says BYD yard would be better with a real mower. Yes, I started it. Now BYD, listen, here's the thing. BYD, here's the thing. This is a point where someone is trying to get a rise out of you, so you can give a tactful answer. Don't throw mass shade. You throw a little bit of shade. But
Okay.
you already had yourself. Your comment already wound up, didn't you?
You made me bag down. Here's why I don't use a real mower.
Okay.
My channel is not set up for real mowing. Ron Henry's channel is set up for real mowing.
Fair.
My yard is not leveled at all. Even when I show you green pictures and you see the waviness, that's because it's unleveled. It's not growing evenly across because it's not level. So I cater to the masses, and it's not a knock on real mowing, but 90% of the people who watch my channel don't have a real mower. And even Ron Henry will tell you, owning a real mower is not like going in Walmart and buying a $299 snapper.
Not at all.
Just cutting grass with it.
Not at all.
Maintenance is an issue. If you're not going to do it yourself, you got to have somewhere to take it. So I keep it simple. That's why you don't really see me do real mowing. Not saying that I won't never do it, because I don't want to, stick my foot in my mouth. But
right.
That's one of the reasons why you don't see me real mow. And even when people say it, I can't real mow. I can't. I did it with that Fiskars for whatever, for I think a whole season, and I like to murder BYD Jr. And he had to cut it so often, it was ridiculous. We was doing it 3-4 times a week at that point.
Yep.
Just to keep it neat and even. But if your grass go 5 inches, you're not taking a real mower out there and running over.
No chance.
You got to take a rotary mower and get it all down, bag it all up, then come back with the real mower. The real mower is a lifestyle. That's not pick and choose when you want to do it.
That's true.
So for those who ask the question why, if you don't real mow your own lawn, you got to understand why I don't real mow my lawn, because I'm not set up for that. Now, if I was to be set up for that, then half my yard would be real mow or whatever. Then I could do that, but I'm just not set up for it. Physically, Ron is like got the body of an 18-year-old boy. I mean, he's a brute. He can handle it. I'm 50. You see it. You see it, right? Yeah, what is that? Noxzema? I don't know. But I can't I can't do that. I can't keep up with the demands to real mow a lawn. That's why when you watch some of these videos, you don't see people going out real mowing all their customers' yard, because if they do, it's a golf course or it's certain yards, and these people paying a lot of money to have that done. So it's not that I don't want to real mower. I'm not set up for it. It's a cost issue, and I'm just not for even my mowers now. I don't even fix them no more. I take them to the shop. I don't have the time.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, to your point, it's a huge time commitment. It is more expensive than rotary mowing, and it is a lifestyle thing. Like literally, you can't just not mow your grass for 2 weeks with a real mower. You're gonna have a train wreck on your hands. So it's something you really have to be committed to doing. You really got to be committed to it. All right, so good evening. E says, we give you my two favorite lawn care tubers. Another awesome Friday night. Thanks for coming to hang out, E. I appreciate it. We got Adro Pro in the house saying, yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And then Kevin D saying, stand with me, Brett. You must be busy at Yard Mastery. Kevin is trying to push the real mowing train. And then we got CR saying, we working team. Always, man, always. Okay, and let's see what Alex has got another comment. He says, at Walter, switching to Humic Max from the golf course lawn store also helped a lot. Quality Fert has a good percentage of humic acid in there. Yeah, it's a great product, guys. It's Alex, to his credit, he did switch to Humic Max this year. It's not an inexpensive fertilizer, but it's, again, you're getting not just a fert, but you're also getting a soil nutrient as well with that almost 9% humic acid that's in it. So it's made by people that really know fertilizer. I mean, Lebanon is no joke when it comes to fertilizer, and we're really fortunate that they agreed to make the fertilizer available to the DIY community. So that's pretty awesome. So I'm glad you're having great results with it, Alex, and I appreciate the feedback. All right, so Yaboy says, I'm looking to try the Syngenta fungicide and insecticide. Yeah, so what you're talking about, Yaboy, is Caravan G. I think that's what you're talking about. That's the combination insecticide and fungicide product. It's a great product. I've used it. I've used that product for, you look at my channel over several seasons, that was my go-to. This year I split it up, and I've gone to Acelepryn for the Acelepryn G for the insecticide, and then Headway for the fungicide. So I've kind of broken them up. But using Caravan is a good strategy. It's all-in-one. It's a little bit less expensive than buying two products. But yeah, it's either way can work well. So let me send you, assuming you're asking for it, I'll send you a link to it here in the live stream. But yeah, it's a great product. Excellent product. I cannot say enough good about it. All right, and then we got Girls Lawn. Girls, it's not BYD. It's not Girls LZ. It's Girls Lawn. Girls Lawn is trying to get.
No. Don't take BYD.
It's trying to get more.
Girls Lawn. That's you, baby.
It's trying to get more into it, and then Lawn Mentor says, "To America's Most Wanted, BYD, you're crazy." That's true. He resembles that comment. And that's cool. Begonia says, "Yeah, this is my first year doing the lawn. It got me outside." And it is true. It is a lot of fun to work on your own lawn. When you first start, especially someone that's never mowed their grass a lot, when you first do it, you're like, man, this stinks. I should just be paying someone to do it. It's a headache. Yep. But then I always say, if you could stick with it for like 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks. 3 weeks and mowing twice a week, you're gonna start seeing the results. You're gonna start to crave it because you're gonna love the way the lawn looks. It's relaxing. It's a thing of pride, and I like to think that most people that get into lawn care, whether they realize it or not, are kind of competitive, right? You want your lawn to be the nicest lawn in the neighborhood. You want it to be nicer than your neighbors. So that if you have any kind of competitive nature to you, like a lot of those types of people tend to get into lawn care because you may not play sports anymore, like where you're an athlete if you were younger, but you can still compete with your lawn, right? You can still make your grass look really nice, and that's another thing. That's a thing. A common theme that I found with a lot of my viewers. Just everyone's just very, very competitive, very competitive. All right, so we got Gracie, another girl in lawn care. We got Dee Dee's, another lady, a lawner. So yeah, the ladies are representing, man. You guys are out there getting it done in the grass. All right, so we got Sumath Now, I think. So apologies if I say your name wrong. He says, "Hey Ron and BYD, checking in from Northeast Georgia. What's going on, Sumath? Thanks for hanging out as always." And then we have Mr. Robert Wallace in the house, and Lois H. chiming in. She is carrying the female battle flag, saying that us females can do it all. That is true.
Yes,
You guys
sir.
can.
I mean,
you
yes,
guys
ma'am.
can. You guys can. You ladies absolutely can. All right. And then BYD, you're getting some love here from Tony Pollard. He says, checking in from Maryland.
All right.
Thanks, BYD, for the advice a couple of weeks ago. First time viewer here, Ron. Thanks for your advice as well. You're very, very welcome, Tony. I'm glad that BYD's advice or my advice was helpful. So we appreciate you guys letting us know. And guys, you know what?
Worked out for you.
It's been 20 minutes. So you know what that means? It's time for another giveaway. So
Okay.
what we're going to do now is we have... I'm going to do a sticker and a magnet. Unless you want to... Do you want us to do something else, BYD, or do you just want to... or do you want to hold it
off for a second.
Okay, you can hold off. Okay, great, guys. So what you're going to get, guys, is... Show you first up is going to be just the cutout sticker. You guys have seen the other ones that are chrome. So we have the sticker. This is going to be awesome. Works well on your spreader, on your mower, on your backpack sprayer. This works very well for that. If you have a toolbox or like a metallic refrigerator that it's magnetized, these are brand new from Mr. Josh Habib. So it's the same thing, but it's a magnet. So you're going to get one of each of these. We're going to do the winner for that right now. So our winner, let's see, let me switch over here to our random comment picker. Go in here, and Travis won the last one. Our winner for the magnet and sticker is B Young. B Young, are you in the house? I think I saw you earlier. I think I did. I think I saw you earlier. I'm going to put you down here, B Young. If you are here, you won the sticker and the magnet. And if you don't mind, send me an email here with your mailing address. Let me get it up right here. ron@golfcourselawn.com. Just send it right there. Send an email with your address where you want the stickers and the other swag sent to, and I will get it out to you. So I got you nailed down. Guys, up next is going to be the Desert Tan hat. That's going to be 20 minutes, so stick around for that. You want to get, listen, you can't even buy this stuff. Like, I guess if you buy a lot of Mirimichi Green products, or if you call and beg and plead, they might send you one. But I mean, this is an easy way to get some very, limited availability swag here, guys.
Hold on for a second. Hey, BYD Jr., go sign in under your name because I need that hat. Yeah, I need that hat. Okay, I'm back.
You back? All right. And tell him he's got to comment on last week's live stream. That's how you get entered. Don't comment on this one. You can't comment on this one yet. Comment on last week's live stream. No, he can still do it. You can still go leave a comment on it. You can still enter, guys.
Say go comment
on last week's live stream, and you still enter
on last week's live stream. Yeah, the one me and you watched together. Yeah, that one. Okay.
All right. All right. Next up, we got CR in the house. Is yes, at Begonias lawn care helped me get away. A little mommy time. That's awesome. It's very good. And Alex, you know what? I appreciate this, sir. He says, let's get some more likes for Ron and BYD. Guys, that's the thing. It's free for you guys to do, to touch that like button ever so gently. It's a great way to support the channel, support the live stream. Sends more people our way. It makes for a great time. Although you guys might not, right? Because you guys might not want the competition, so you increase your chances of winning, right? But hit the like button anyway. It's still good stuff. We appreciate it. All right, next up, Tony Pollard says, checking in from Maryland with top priority lawn care. Thanks for coming to hang out, Tony. He says, thanks about BYD and for all advice a couple of weeks ago. Actually, I think we already got that question.
I think you did that one.
I did that one already.
Is it? Wait a minute.
I think it's different. I think he said he did say top priority lawn care before, but either way, Tony, you are welcome. And then Lindrick Butler says, Ron and BYD, Kobe and Shaq, thanks for the knowledge. Appreciate it. Thanks for that, Lindrick. Thanks for that. And then Murtel's in the house. Papa Mo's Low is in the house. Okay, we got another question up here. Next up is a question from Ruben Cabrera. He says, trying to help a neighbor out with pre-emergent applications on his new Bermuda grass that was newly seeded this season. They have a ton of nutsedge and crabgrass. Okay, Ruben, so when you say put in this season, when are we talking this season? Are we talking about super early this season, or are we talking like August? Because that does make a difference. That does make a difference. It does make a difference. I mean, for the sedges, I mean, BYD, what's your go-to as far as like at Home Depot? You got to recommend something for someone. Say, hey, I want to try and knock nutsedge out of my lawn and crabgrass. What would you say go with?
Okay, I got 3 products I recommend.
Okay.
If we're strictly going for sedges, Ortho, what is it? Oh man,
I don't know what you're talking about. The green bottle. Yep, the Ortho.
Yeah, that right there. If you strictly going for sedges, that stuff works. Quick, hold on for a second. Hey, BYD Jr., just peek your head in right here. They just want to see you, man. Nothing. Ain't nobody. Just come on. Christopher, these people are dying. It's like going to see Woody without Buzz. Man, oh, he walked away, y'all. But that product right there, oh, Ron, we gotta look that up. Ortho,
I know the one you're talking about. I'm the one talking about. It's in a green bottle. It's in a green bottle.
Yeah, that one works real good on sedges. Now, if you're talking about baby crabgrass and nut sedge, you could go with two. The Spectracide, we stock $470, not $460. That's sold at Walmart. So guys, be wary, be careful when you buy it. But it's a $460 at Walmart. It's a $470. That's one we're always talking about. That's an orange label.
Yep, this one
included with crabgrass killer. Now, having said that, this is when it's young. This is at the beginning of the season. This is not you coming in like, how can I say it? June, July, August. Mid-August and trying to get rid of full-grown crabgrass. But that'll work. And Image Red Label kills nut sedge. And it kills... The reason I say Red Label because it's a summer and winter concentrate versus the yellow one that's just for the summer, I think. Those right there, from if you just walking in Home Depot or something like that, would work great for that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Great. Yep. So those are all three good options. And as far as the pre-emergent answer, Ruben, depends on how long it's been since the lawn has been established. Really wait until next year is best. But if it was like super early in the season, if it was the sod or where the lawn was put in like really early, you can put some prodiamine down and probably be just fine with not probably, you will be just fine with Bermuda. But if it was recent, like over the summer, waiting till next year is better out of an abundance of caution just to be safe. All right, Myrtle's up. He's saying worms are going crazy this fall. So many little mounds. I see some of those in my lawn, little earthworms. But I don't, it's not a big deal. And you're saying what is the best winter fertilizer for perennial ryegrass? So there's not really like a fertilizer that is like specifically built for winter. Myrtle, the best way to know what kind of fertilizer to apply on your lawn is really to get a soil test done, right? Get a soil test. It's going to tell you, hey, this is what's broken in my lawn, or what the deficiencies in my soil are, and based on that, you can get a product that matches what your soil needs, and that's the best way to feed your lawn. That's the most correct answer. As far as the soil test that I recommend, this one from My Soil, I actually just got my soil test results in. We're going to review them, probably not tonight, but maybe not on the next live stream. I'll show you guys that because some cool stuff, some cool data I think you guys will like. But yeah, get one of these, the test from My Soil. You can get it at the golf course lawn store, and that will tell you exactly what you want. Now, as far as other products, if you're saying, hey, I don't want to soil test my lawn, I just want to put a good fertilizer down. BYD, like the Sunnyland fertilizers are very good. Those are excellent products.
Yeah. Is he talking about for the winter?
Well, he says best winter fertilizer for perennial ryegrass. I'm thinking he's talking about like just while the grass is still actively growing, is how I'm taking that question.
Here's perennial ryegrass. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. Don't go put a high nitrogen down on that perennial ryegrass because it's going to grow like crazy anyway. Maybe not as fast as annual ryegrass, but those grasses tend to do good without all the extra nitrogen and all this and that. So, the basic one, if you trying to put down some potash, 7020 may work great with that. But I'm not so much concerned about rapid growth. You got to excuse me for these little birds. But I'm not exactly happy with rapid growth with grass like that because you're going to have to get out there and cut it. You got to get out there and cut it. Push it hard, you work hard. It's just that simple. Push it slow, then you don't have to go as much out there to cut it. So there's no specific fertilizer that says put this down on perennial ryegrass for best results. It's just not
really a thing. Yeah. All right. So hopefully that helps, Myrtle. Thanks for the question. Next up, we got Green M saying, what's up, Ron and BYD? Made the live stream this week. Yep. And you touched the like button ever so gently. That is awesome. You're doing all the right things. He says, with both of you today, cool season question. Your recommendation for month-old Cool Blue fertilizer, 80s all week. What's the question? Your recommendation for a month-old cool? Are you asking? Like, are you saying you have month-old? Cool, are you talking about like you have Kentucky? I'm not sure what Cool Blue is. If that's a type of grass or whatever. I've not heard of that. Is that like a nickname for Kentucky bluegrass?
Yeah, I never heard of that.
Yeah, I've never heard of Cool Blue. But I mean, but the answer as far as a fertilizer option is the same thing we just said. The other viewer, get a soil test done. That's going to give you the best answer. If you want a really good fertilizer, a very high quality fertilizer that works on both cool season and warm season turf, not super high in nitrogen, also helps feed the soil as well. The offering from Lebanon Turf is an excellent one. Like the Humic Max. Let me see if I can bring it up here. I can show you real quick before we move on to our next question. This one here, you go to Golf Course Lawn Store, and then right here, Country Club 1608. It's a great fertilizer. This is now available throughout the entire continental United States now. Like, this is a good option for a very high quality fertilizer for your lawn. So if you're just looking for something to apply, you don't feel like doing a soil test, that's a great option. Also, any of the Yard Mastery products are also great too. All right, I think Girls Lawn has already asked about what you're eating on. I think you already answered that one. BYD, I think we already did that. And then Calvin Winston says, hey, Ron, thanks for all the advice this season. My yard looks great. It's still green. Hey, BYD, thanks for all your content as well. Always good advice and entertainment. Definitely. I'll say this, definitely good advice, and he's more entertaining than me, but for sure.
We're like let's see. I'm trying to think of somebody famous. Tiger Woods and I don't know. I'm gonna let you.
Barkley. Just somebody speak their minds. There you go. Tiger Woods and Barkley. Yeah. Someone's more measured, and Barkley just say whatever that comes to their mind. That's exactly what it is.
Comes out of my mouth. I don't care.
That's right. That's what it is. Oh yeah, and Blue Jay says 3000 says they're in Atlanta. They are in Atlanta. So I guess he's maybe related to
Andre. I asked Blue Jay
Andre
3000 that because of Andre. You know.
Yeah, you related to Andre 3000. Oh yeah, so ranchweed is cannabis. Okay, yeah, so that's what I don't. Yeah, so that's why I don't know what that is. Thanks for that, Michael. Yeah, I don't know. I can't help
smoke weed, man.
I don't
only eat it.
Yeah, well, I don't even do that. So yeah, it's so no, can't help you on that one. Sorry. Next up, we got Daniel B in the house. Says, hey guys, I put down prodiamine on my 419 1 month ago. Once the lawn is dormant, can I spot spray Image to treat any breakthrough weeds? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You can do that.
Hey, this matter of fact, I it's an older video, did years ago. When your yard is dormant, that's the best. If you got weeds, treat them, get rid of them, do whatever you got to, because as long as it's early, when they go dormant, not a month before it's supposed to green up and you out there obliterating the yard. But you got those weeds, get rid of them. I always say the more weeds you can get rid of, the better your results are going to be next year with your lawn. And the reason I say that, because if weeds that have seeds on them, if you can eliminate them before they actually start to have their seeds germinate on the weed itself and fall back over into the grass, the better off you're going to be. If you have a lawn that's full of them, bag your lawn. When you start scalping it, use the bagger and make sure you bag up all the weeds that you can. It's another added benefit from you treating your lawn for weeds, is to try to get rid of them before they actually come. So picking them out, bagging them up, treating them with a chemical, you'll get better results next year with your prodiamine.
Yep, and to Daniel, to kind of chime in on that, to kind of tie a bow on this. So if you watched my video on pre-emergent for this fall, you saw I showed just doing straight prodiamine, and then also I talked about a product called Coastal. The active ingredient in Image is imazaquin. I believe that's correct. It's imazaquin, and Coastal has that. So, like the product that I use for my pre-emergent this fall has prodiamine in it as a pre-emergent, but it also has imazaquin, which is basically Image, and it also has simazine as well. So yeah, so basically what you're doing is you are doing with that product all in one supplies. I can actually show you what I'm talking about. I think I can. I think we have the technology to do that. Let me see if I can pull it up here real quick. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So if you look at this, I did a video on it, Coastal. So if you look at what the makeup of this product is, it's prodiamine, right? But it also is imazaquin and simazine. So you've got like your pre-emergent, and you've got two post-emergent herbicides to knock out things like POA and other problems that tend to plague us in warm season grass. So yeah, you doing Image is like you're doing your own, you're doing your own Coastal blend of sorts. And if you're interested in seeing that video, I'll put that video in the chat for you guys. The recent pre-emergent video. check that out, and you can see how I mixed it and all that good jazz. So see Daniel B, and that's the video that I'm talking about. All right, so next up we have Josh. I'm gonna butcher your name. I'm totally gonna mess this up. Bronikowski. I think I got it. Yep, Josh Bronikowski saying hi. What's going on, Josh? Thanks for coming to hang out. Here's the thing: Girls Lawn has me a little bit shook up now because I was butchering that one, but I want to try and get the rest of the names right tonight. Thanks for coming to hang out, John. I appreciate it. Thin Cut's in the house. Thanks for coming home and hang out, Thin Cut. And then we have Patrick from the great state of Texas saying, I sprayed and prayed with Turfplex at 3 ounces per 1K. That's a pretty light app. It's legit, nice color, quick. Can I get one more app applied, or am I pushing at this point in the season? What does your grass look like, Patrick? I'd say this, right? The effectiveness period of Turfplex is really only a couple of weeks, right? Only a few weeks, especially when you're doing it at those really, really light rates. If your grass is still fully green, not looking like it's trying to check out anytime soon, like it's still growing vigorously, everything's still looking good, and you want to do like one more app, then you can do that without issue. But if it's beginning to go dormant, I wouldn't push more growth. So the answer is it depends. It depends on what your grass looks like, right? If it's still growing actively, the lawn's still looking amazing, then yeah, one more app at that very low rate, because 3 ounces per thousand is like half of the low rate. That's like 0.05 pounds of nitrogen. So it's just a taste. It's hardly anything. So if the grass is still looking good, it's not trying to go dormant yet, and you want to do that, sure. If it's trying to go dormant, I would hold off. So I know you're getting addicted to it. You like the way it looks, but you don't want to create problems for yourself, right? So so yeah. All right, I think Sierra, we got your super chat already. Yeah, we did. And then so we got a question for you, Phoenix Blue Moon, already asking about the last recommended cut in Georgia. I think we've already got that one answered, Phoenix, so I appreciate it. And then Brett, very cut and dry, says, gents, when would be the best recommended time to cut? And Brett just saying, when the grass stops growing. Thank you, Brett. That is the correct answer.
That's the best answer.
That is the answer right there. That is the answer. All right, and see, so yeah, Clayton chatting with Girls Lawn, and then we have another question here from Thurston R. This is another question, Ron, and of course the BYD as well. Am I safe to apply pre-emergent once soil temps in New York here get below 50 if I overseeded September 7th? Anderson's Barricade DG says to apply to cool season once soil temps hits 50 degrees. So I guess this Thurston has everything. Well, dude, I don't know, man. I would be afraid of damaging the grass that you just put in. I mean, yeah. BYD, what do you think?
Let me ask you this: New York City, New York State. Their laws are so freaking strict for us application wise. So I don't know. Can you apply this stuff to your soil, legally? I don't care if you can or can't, but I don't want to get into a question like that. Me giving you advice on a city or a state that I know that's kind of, about the applications. But having said that, I said this in a video. If you're going to apply pre-emergent, don't go around sticking a soil probe in the ground trying to figure out when the temps are cool with the ground. Look at your weather map and just use logic. Fall is about to get here. I know normally around, I'm making up a date, October the 30th, it's normally always 50 degrees here, but normally around October the 15th, it's above 60. So, yeah, I would probably apply it then, in my case. Now, in your case, it may be a little bit different. They got all those Mason-Dixon maps on the back of the bag for its transition zones, this and that. But common sense approach to it is going to be, what are the outside temps? Does it supposed to get back warm? Even if the temps drop below a certain amount, some seeds will start to germinate.
Right.
So get your pre-emergent down. I always say a little bit ahead of time. Don't try to time it because you can't. You can't. Is it too late? I don't know. In New York, I already know it's kind of probably getting cool there.
It's getting late here. The only question mark on this whole thing, Thurston, is the fact that you overseeded in September, right? Had you not overseeded, had you not put in brand new grass, essentially that's what you're doing. You're trying to get new grass to grow. If assuming everything, right? Assuming that product is labeled for use in New York, which it probably is, and the bag says to apply it at when temps get 50, which makes sense. The only question mark is really around seeding. If you want to apply it, you can, but just know that you could damage the your overseeding job. Now, I mean, if you were just putting the seed down just to kind of try and thicken things up a bit, but it wasn't to like fill in bare spots to your lawn. In other words, most of your lawn is established and doing well, and it's more important to you to have a weed-free lawn versus perhaps damaging the overseed that you put in, then yeah, go for it. But if you really want that overseed to do the new grass seed to do as well as possible, you really want to hold off on pre-emergent because it's only been a month, man. That's
not enough time right there. Yeah,
not enough time. It's gonna negatively impact that new grass seed you put in. So I would depending on what's more important to you. If it were me, I would treat the weeds with post-emergent and let the new grass do its thing. Instead of doing pre-emergent. That's what I would do if it were my choice. All right, guys, you know what? It's been 20 minutes, so it's time for the next item. Like I said, we're doing the Desert Tan FDE, not quite FDE. I guess we'll call this Desert Tan Mirimichi Green hat. Let's go over to our giveaway, our comment picker. And let me go ahead and refresh this because more people may have put a comment in. So if you've already won, you can't win again. But I'm just reloading this so to give anyone that just put their comment in a chance to win. All right, so we're refreshing. We got 56, yeah, so a few people did. So for the Desert Tan Mirimichi Green hat, the winner is Grasshopper Lawn Care GA. Grasshopper Lawn Care GA, are you in the house? Are you present? Are you present and accounted for? If so, sir, please drop your address. Send me your address to here, ron@golfcourselawn.com, right there, and I will get it out to you. So at Grasshopper Lawn Care. That's congrats on that, man. Grasshopper Lawn Care. I think I saw you earlier, so I think you're here. But make sure you send me your mailing address, and I will get it out to you. Very cool. Very cool. Next up, we're gonna do the other gloves, BYD, and then we got the glasses. So yeah, so we're just giving away all kinds of stuff. All right. So next up, we have Josh Bronikowski. He says, "Hey, I put down 17,000 square feet of Tiff Tuff in the back, and I cannot believe the color difference to the Tiffway 419 in my front. I'm in love. 8 weeks and cutting at 5/8. Very nice, man. Yeah, Tiff Tuff is people that have it really, really like it. I think Real Rollers, I think their Bermuda grass plot is Tiff Tuff. I believe so. They have 2 Zoysia and 1 Bermuda, and I believe the Bermuda is Tiff Tuff, and it does look really nice. It does look really nice. I agree with you on that, John. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Cedric G in the house saying Big Ron and Big Yard Dog 2, Epic, Bermuda Heaven. Next we have here, Girls Lawn says, can't you do fescue in Atlanta? The only people that I've ever seen do fescue in this area where I live are like churches. Mm-hmm. Churches are places, people that have like sources of water on site that's not like city water. Because fescue in the summertime, literally when I drive by, literally right across from where I train in martial arts, there is a church there, a big church there. And literally during the summertime, every time I drive by, they're always running irrigation to try and keep it alive, to try to keep it looking nice. So can you do it? Technically, yes, but a homeowner, like a regular person, I'd never recommend it because you're gonna get eaten up in water. It takes way too much water to keep it looking nice. I mean, what about you?
It's not gonna repair itself. You're gonna have to keep overseeding year after year after year. I did a project with my cousin, and he has turf type tall fescue, and we did it in his back, and it worked. But the conditions were right. The trees are real tall.
Shaded?
It was not so much shaded where it just shade everything, but it allowed sunlight to come through. But it kept the heat off the surface. And his backyard is not clay. It's some type of real soft soil or whatever. So it worked great until, I say, the month of July it struggled.
When that heat hit hard.
So hot. Yeah, he couldn't. August, it was, even though it was like hot around the house because he has zoysia in the front, it did good. And the fescue did good. But his complaint was what you just said. He said, my water bill is $180 a month.
Yep, exactly. So it's just, you can't, it's like anything else. Can you do it? Yes. Should you do it?
I don't recommend it.
Yeah, I would not do it. Like that scene in the Jurassic Park, the scientists spent so much time thinking about whether they could do something, whether they should do something. So, so
unless you're a builder, they always take the shortcut and sod front, sides, and then they'll either do the whole back with fescue and wheat straw that don't never take, or they do half the bag. Like mine, half of it was done, and they used fescue on the other half, and it never took. So we had to overseed with the or reseed with the Bermuda seeds to get it to take, and it took a while. But no, that's not something. I would never recommend anybody to do that if you want them to get some good results.
Yeah, I agree.
In Atlanta.
I agree. All right, next up we got Mauricio Salinas. What's going on, Mauricio? He says, hey, Ron, trying a lawn renovation here in Sarasota, Florida. I'm not sure which part of Florida Sarasota is. Is it south? I'm not sure. Yeah. He says, I killed my front yard last yard. So it was like a salad bowl. It wasn't really a yard. He said, I killed my lawn last week with glyphosate and seeding Arden 15 next Friday, late in the season, but temperatures are still from the 70s. Mid-70s to high 80s. He says, I'll keep you posted on the progress to see if it's possible for wintertime. I will be interested to see how that works. I think it's too late in the season for that, Mauricio, to try to be growing Bermuda grass, but I am welcome to being wrong, man. It'd be interesting to see. Definitely keep us posted on how that works. I mean, being in Florida, I'm not sure exactly where Sarasota is, but if you're south, you may have a better chance of pulling it off. I know in Georgia, there's no way we could do that now and get a good result, but in Florida... Florida, maybe. All right, Chips and Guac says, thanks for the super chat, sir. He says, love both channels. I appreciate you. We appreciate you, Chips and Guac. Pirate 2031 says, previous owner of my home planted fescue grass on the side of the house. I can't wait till the spring to plant over it with Bermuda. What do I spray in the spring to get rid of it? You can use it depends. If it's all fescue, you could use glyphosate. That's cheap. But if you want to use something that's like if you have any kind of Bermuda already growing in there, something like Celsius, like a selective herbicide that's really good, it's safe for warm season grass, but is big ouchie for cool season grass. That could work. I mean, what would you do, BYD, if you're trying to kill off a fescue lawn?
If you're trying to do it at this moment, you still could use some type of glyphosate. I wouldn't so much say glyphosate. Spectricide, weed and grass killer.
Yep.
That does not have glyphosate in it, but it has all the rest of the other harmful chemicals in it. But but you could use that right now if you're trying to kill this grass off, prepping for spring of next year. So I'm assuming they're gonna reseed the whole entire lawn with Bermuda grass seeds, or are they gonna do sod or what?
He didn't say. I mean, I imagine he says, I can't wait to kill it in the spring. So I think he's going to do it in the spring, and he's going to be putting Bermuda in. So it sounds like he's going to either sod or seed, but it sounds like he's going to get rid of the fescue in the spring and put Bermuda in the spring. It sounds like so.
I wouldn't wait. I would try it now and then
to kill the fescue now.
Yeah, because once the very beginning of spring get here, then you still could try to get rid of some of that before you start trying to. Now we had to seed or overseed in mid-June, July, August, somewhere around there, when the grass is starting to actually grow and we got heat. So if you try to kill it off before then, because you can't put that stuff down, kill it off, and then next week go out there and overseed the lawn with Bermuda seeds, they're not going to take.
Right. So yeah, if you should give it some time in between, is the best advice.
You got to have some time in between for it to work.
Cool. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. All right, and you're very, very welcome, Blue Moon. That's what we're here for, to answer those questions. We got B1 saying, I like to hit it with iron after the last mow. I've never done that, but I mean, if you've done it and you've gotten a good result and you wanna try that, I guess go for it. I've never quite done that. Be young. Next up, we got a question here from Lindrick Butler. Says, should I do a soil test now in the spring or both? Yard has never been tested. Okay, so here's my take on it. For someone that is going to do soil testing, if it's your first time, I am a fan of doing it twice, at least in the first year you decide you're going to do soil testing. Here's why. If you do a soil test now, you can do it now or you can do it in early spring. Either way will work. What that's going to tell you is how to treat the deficiencies in your soil before the season gets going. And then doing one in the fall, so like late September, will let you know, hey, everything that I did from the spring when the grass woke up, all the applications, how did that work? How did the levels in the soil change over the course of the season? And it kind of gives you an idea of how your inputs, like how the soil is reacting to your inputs. The one argument you could make for doing one now, because really you think about it, as far as doing a soil test now, you could do one now and then do another one like in the fall of next year. Because if the soil pH is low, which that tends to be more of a thing here in Georgia, and you want to raise it, now is when you can still get like a lime app down versus having to wait till the spring to do that. So pH is the one thing that you can begin working on now, earlier before next spring, were you to do a soil test, at this time of the year versus waiting. So I think for the first year, I recommend doing it twice, spring and fall. And then if you want to do it only annually after that, you can. But I like to have the before and after just to know, hey, is what I'm doing, is it working? Or do I need to, up my adjustments or alter things slightly? That is my take on the matter. All right, so let's see what we got here. Ruben Cabrera says, I think we already got that. We already got that question, Ruben, on the Nuts Edge. I think BYD did that one. And then Johnny Rhymes says, hey, Ron, how many soil tests do you do per year? Ron and BYD, big fans of both of you. Keep passing on that knowledge. Mm-hmm. BYD, what about you? Do you soil tests at all ever or not really?
This is how I recommend soil tests.
Okay.
I did one 3 seasons ago.
Okay.
Never done one again since then. Here's
Yep.
why. I've always gotten great results. So I'm not searching for one particular item or chemical that's going to make it look even better.
Right.
Me personally, I recommend you get soil tests when you've tried certain things and you eliminated causes like Ron was talking about with the fungus, it's always wet there or too much shade in one area. You've done those things and you're still getting bad results, then you may need a soil test. Now, if you do get one, like I said, don't go to Home Depot and buy it off the shelf and be out there trying to do it yourself. I recommend you get one that you have to send in and get their data versus the data that I got. I bought a home test kit from, what was it, Home Depot?
Maybe.
One of them.
Mm-hmm.
At one of those places. And I got some answers, but I normally send mine off the UGA.
Okay.
And their test is more stringent than mine. But when it came back, there are numbers on there that I couldn't read, and I wasn't so much concerned about it. I just went on what they recommended for as fertilizer.
Right.
So once you get that, then you're going to have to try to get something close to it because it may be hard to match those numbers that they're giving you. Mine was easy because that's when I used to have a whole bunch of bare spots in my yard. They recommended a 4600, and you saw that. I did 2
Straight
videos
urea?
with that. Yeah, that's dangerous. You got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You got to know what you're doing when you use that. And they recommend a 3300. I just went with the 4600 a couple of times, and it pushed it hard, and my bare spot issues started to fill in real quick because it stimulated stolons like you wouldn't believe. Not so much rhizomes. They weren't pushing up through the ground. But as far as soil test, me personally, I don't think you need to get a soil test every year of your yard's existence to get great results. Unless you have an issue after issue after issue, then that may be something different. But generally, when you get the soil test, it's going to be a little bit tricky to read some of that stuff anyway. You got them run, and they say this.
Yeah. Yeah. So good.
You have to really dig into a soil kit to really understand everything of it. But take the basic nutrition out of the nitrogen, maybe
Phosphorus,
if you need a
potassium.
lime application, stuff like that. And go from there. If you get great results after you use that, and I've been getting great results for the last 4 seasons, so I'm not concerned with it. Now that may be because I've been doing it so long. I can look at certain things and tell, well, I might need to kick up the potash a little bit, or I might need to add a little bit more nitrogen because I'm getting bare spots and I need to spray it faster. Bermuda grass, that is, or I need to kick back on the nitrogen. If you look at me this year, without a soil test, I knew to progressively decrease the amount of nitrogen per application. Started out with a 24, then went to 16, then ended up with a 7. That 1907 was the last little strong push I wanted, but what I didn't expect was for it to rain all season.
Right.
But that could be part of why I got great results without getting a soil test. Do I recommend you get a soil test at least once? Know what you're driving.
At least.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and for me, because I like the data, so I'm on the other side of the spectrum where I get my soil tested quarterly, mainly because I'm just like a geek and I like having the data. So I'll show you an example, right? I was going to do this in another one, but I can show you really quick here. I'm Johnny Rhymes. So if you look, you can see I do my lawn and Alex's lawn. But like the last test that I did, right? I can actually do two and compare you. So this is my soil test from the summer of last year, of this year rather, and you can see where the pH was. Like I was at 5.99, so a little bit. Can I blow this up a little bit? I think I can. Yep, there we go. I can do that. You can see where my pH was, and all the other nutrient levels are fairly decent, right? But so what I did in response to this is I did a heavy lime application. So in response to what you're seeing there, I did a heavy lime app, right? So the nice thing about the my soil test, which I'll show you here really quick, is I can take the two soil tests that I've done. So I just got one back here a few days ago. I can take my summer and I can take my fall. So these two are about 3.5 months apart, and I can say compare selected samples. So if you guys are following my content, you know that I did a heavy lime application. Put my face up here. I did a heavy lime application in June, right? Late in June, after seeing that my pH was a little bit on the lower side, right? So now if we go back to the soil test, you can look here and see. Look over here on this right side. You see this last bar here. The lime application that I did 4 months ago, it's reflected in the soil test data. So just 4 months, just in a 4-month period, you can see the movement that's happened in my soil pH, which affects the availability of all these other nutrients. As I've also begun backing off, like the amount of product that I'm putting into the lawn. So now that I know that we're getting out of summer, getting into the fall, and I've been fertilizing the lawn less progressively, you can see how that's also reflected in the soil test as these levels begin to drop off, right? The light blue is the recent one. The dark blue is the one from the summer. So I just like having the data. Do you absolutely have to do this? Absolutely not. Not important. It's not critical to having great looking lawn. But this, like looking at the pH, this is a great example of where, I did a very heavy application of lime in the summer, and now I can see how the soil responded to that. So that's why I like regular soil testing. Quarterly is kind of overkill. I've been doing it for a while now, so I'm just going to keep doing it because I like the data. But I am a fan of twice per year for those reasons. But to BYD's point, there's people that never soil test their lawn and they have great looking grass. So it's not like you absolutely have to do it. But I like to have the before and after data. That's my reasoning behind it. So hopefully that helps. We got Prerennial and Jason coming up here. Actually, yeah, in 4 minutes we're going to be doing that. 4 minutes, we're going to be doing the next giveaway item, which is in the spirit of herbicides. We'll tell you guys what it is. We got a few minutes before we actually do it, but you can hold it up, BYD Jason, or I can show here. He's going to be doing that Sunnyland Prerennial, this product here. So, and you guys trying to get pre-emergent, BYD is making that available to you guys to win that tonight. So stand by for the next 3 minutes when we're doing that one. So we have another super chat here I can take real quick and answer. So Patty Barnes has a super chat.
Super chat.
He says, New Bermuda, too soon to put down pre-emergent Texas. I think I already did that one. Patty Barnes, I think I got it earlier. Thanks for that. Yeah, I think we already said that you should wait. All right, guys, well, let's do it. Let's do the next giveaway on the prediamine. We'll go over to our giveaway comment picker. Let's see what we got here. So Grasshopper won the hat. Let me refresh this really quick just in case anyone else new has come in. And remember, guys, if you've already won, you can't win again. You can't win again, but I just want to make sure if anyone else put a comment in, it gives you a chance to win. All right, so we have 57 winners of potentials, and our winner of the 5-ounce prediamine container is Daryl Tunstall. I didn't see Daryl. I don't know if Daryl's in the house tonight. Normally he comes in, but I didn't see Daryl tonight. But I will put a note here for Daryl. Congrats, Daryl, on that. Congrats on winning the prediamine. If Daryl doesn't show up or I don't see him chatting, we will just we'll redraw it again for someone else, because I didn't see him. Normally he chimes in and says hey. But yeah, to get you guys started on your pre-emergent for next spring. So thanks for that, BYD. Very, very generous gift. Very awesome. Very awesome. All right. Next up, we got Thin Cut in the house. He says, hey, Ron, BYD, is it okay for me to be here seeing I'm wanting to get rid of my Bermuda and plant Zoysia? Well, I mean, it could be worse. You could be trying to get rid of your Bermuda and try and plant like a ryegrass. Be nice. Be nice. I know. I see you leaning in. I see you leaning in, about to go gangster. No, man, Zoysia's a nice grass. I like Zoysia. I like Bermuda more, but Zoysia is a pretty grass. It's okay for you to be here, right, BYD?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, you still get great lawn tips regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
like I said, I have a Zoysia lawn strip test plot in the back of my yard. So.
Yep. Most definitely.
Hate on it.
All right, we got Miss Fendi in the house. What's up, everyone? What's going on, Miss Fendi? Thanks for coming to hang out. Girls Lawn says, "I love Halloween." Ron, where's your mask? This is my face. I don't know. It's just
No.
Okay, I'll do. Hang on. Hang on. I'm gonna do this. Hey guys, I'm Alan Hain, the lawn care nut. And so there's my
Alan Hain, the lawn care
nut. There's my Halloween costume. There you go. So you guys see me wearing the hat on. So I'm wearing my mask. There you go.
And no, we did not time this. It just happened that way.
Very, very cool.
Happened that way.
Yep. All right. Next up, we got Dalvin Larry. He says, "BYD, what is your lawn care info? My dad lives in Stockbridge. He might want to employ your services." So I don't know if you want to give that out, BYD, or.
Now I'll tell you this. Contact me on Instagram with that, and that's why I handle all that. Right now, I'm kind of booked up, and I'll tell you another thing that's happening. Nobody wants to work. Ever since you had this labor shortage, I'll tell you this too. Lawn care prices next season will go up tremendously. So if you're used to paying $80 for lawn service, next year be prepared to pay $110. I'm just making that price up, but the price increase is due for laborers. People don't want to work. So what landscapers are doing now, they're condensing the amount of yards they got. In other words, I don't go try to get 50 lawns. I try to get 20 lawns that want fertilization, hedges trim. You get what I'm saying? All those services. So I have to chase customers. Now, back in the day when you was hungry, you just took on lawn care customers as many as you can get. But it's getting thin. Just the only thing I can say is contact me through Instagram, and we can talk from there.
Cool.
And that's Bermuda Grass Central on Instagram.
Okay. Cool. So we got CR. Archie's giving you a hard time, BYD. He says, BYD, if you want me to take it seriously, take the mask off. So he's wearing the hat now. Can he wear the hat?
Yeah,
he can wear the hat, right?
I got the hat on now, Amos. I'm just trying to have some fun, Amos.
He has the hat. Okay, so here's a question. Good question here. Archie says, question, if after treating an area for grubs, should you rake up dead grasses and reseed? I mean, if you eliminated the grubs and you're trying to get it to recover, it depends on what kind of grass you're dealing with. For cool season grass, which doesn't recover or grow as aggressively as Bermuda, that could be a strategy. For Bermuda, once you eliminate the grubs, the grass will just recover and will fill in. So it depends what kind of grass you have, Archie. For a Bermuda lawn, it's not really necessary. But for a cool season turf, you might need to do that because it doesn't grow as aggressively, it doesn't recover as aggressively as Bermuda does. So either way, you should be fine. But again, if you have cool season, that's when I would look into what you're talking about. Not so much even the raking up the dead grass. You can do that if you want, but more so as a prep for seeding the lawn instead of like being a response to getting rid of the grubs, if that makes sense. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully you've already got rid of the grubs. And if you want to avoid grubs in your lawn, a great product, something that I started using this year, I switched away from Caravan to, it's also made from Syngenta as well, is an insecticide called Acelepryn G. Apply that in like March and water it in, and you'll be good to go. You're not going to have issues with grubs in your lawn if you apply that early in the spring. I did it, had awesome results with it. If you're looking to give it a shot, Archie, assuming you haven't already eliminated the grubs, I will put a link here for you for that. But it's a really good insecticide. Not cheap, but very good. And the nice thing about it, if you're someone that cares about pollinators and not, in other words, killing the stuff that like destroys your lawn, but not killing the stuff that you don't want to kill, like pollinators, earthworms, things like that, Acelepryn is a great option. So just putting that out there in case you're looking for something. All right, a question here we got now from David Massey says, is it too late to put down Sunnyland fertilizer? I put down 007 Pre-Emergent in September in Georgia. September 1st, I'm in GA.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't understand that question, but
I think what he's saying is, no, go ahead.
If you put down a 007 pre-emergent 1st of September, I mean, technically you should be done for the season. My last push was at the beginning of September. I don't even think I went past that. I only did it this year because it was a combined product.
Okay.
Generally, I cut off that heavy fertilization June, July, August. Normally, when I last do it now, 7020 maybe if it's still growing. But if it's dormant, then you're done. But if it's still growing, a late little push of 7020, not so much for the nitrogen, but for the function of the grass to process the potash, to build a root system stronger for next season, maybe. But I wouldn't be putting down a 24, whatever it is, all that stuff. Not right now. Listen, a lot of times when you guys, you see these commercials or ads on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, you got to know your grass type and where you stay at as far as what you need to put down on your lawn. You can't be applying a 24011. Yeah, this late in the season and the grass is going dormant for Bermuda grass. Now cool season, that may be different, but for its cool season in Georgia, 007 pre-emergent, just let her go to sleep.
Yep. All right, next up we got, so Archie's saying, so he is up north. He says, I'm in New York State, Buffalo to be exact. Man, you're New York State. You're more like in Canada. You're almost in Canada, man. He says, should I be applying pre-emergent now? I would have done it even sooner, Archie. So yeah, if you've not put down your pre-emergent yet, get it down. With pre-emergent, it is better to err on the side of a little bit early than a little bit late. Because remember, it's in the name. It's pre-emergent. If you wait until weeds have already started growing, it's already too late. You can stop what's going to come in going forward, but a little bit earlier is better than late. Yeah, a little bit earlier.
One of the reasons people say I applied it and it didn't work. Well, when you applied it, the seeds, you can't see it looking at the ground. They're underground germinating. They've already germinated, so it's not going to be as effective as one that hadn't germinated, that's just started to germinate, that touches the chemical and retards the growth of that weed seed per se.
Okay. Yep. I agree. All right. Next up. Oh, so he's letting us know he is here. Travis Winston. All right, Travis. That's awesome. Yeah. So if you are here, I don't know if I have your address. I might have. If I don't, send it here to me, like ron@golfcourselawn.com. Send me an email with your address. Same thing for you, Daryl. I see you. Yeah. So Daryl, you on the prodiamine. So send an email to ron@golfcourselawn.com. I'll get it to BYD. We'll get it out to you because you won the 5 ounces of prodiamine. So send that. We will get your swag and your other stuff out to you, man. Definitely. All right, next up, we got Dwayne Hopkins in the house. He says, happy Friday, Ron. A lot of my neighbors are overseeded last week with perennial ryegrass. Their lawns were not looking good this year from overseeding last year. I'm keeping my 100% Bermuda, no overseed for me. Yeah, and again, I'm not, I know I come off as pretty negative when it comes to overseeding Bermuda with perennial ryegrass. And I really need to qualify that. I've just seen it go really, really bad in person on a lawn that's in this neighborhood. So it's like, if you're going to do that, know that, one, you're committing to mowing when it's cold outside, and that to ensure that your Bermuda does well next year, that come March, late March, early April, you got to spray something to kill off the ryegrass, because when the Bermuda is coming out of dormancy, you don't want it to be competing with the ryegrass that's still going to be going hog wild. You know what I mean? So it's and here's the thing too to realize, even if you do that, like, you are also going to delay the Bermuda from greening up fully as well too, because you're putting, think about it, the Bermuda's coming out of dormancy and you're putting a herbicide on it, even though it's one that's supposedly safe for warm season grass, you're putting a herbicide on it right when it's starting to green up, come out of dormancy. So, you can do it. Just realize that, yes, my Bermuda's going to get green a little bit later if I do that, and that if you really want to ensure you have a good lawn, like a good warm season lawn, you got to get rid of the ryegrass in March, April. That's my thoughts. I've seen that not done, and it's a train wreck if you don't do it. So, and BYD, you've lived through that. You lived through that as well, right? So
yeah, don't do it, Dwayne. Do not do it.
Dwayne's not doing it. He says he's not doing it. He says he's keeping 100%.
Okay. I was about to say, I don't care. He said his neighbor screwed up. Okay.
Yeah, his neighbor did it.
Don't do that. That's the reason why, because the slower green up is, two grasses are competing for nutrition. annual ryegrass needs to be cut way a lot. Oh, and another thing, in Georgia, if you're trying to do that, it's so hot, cold. It's not going to germinate at the same rate all over your yard. You may get patches that green up, then you still may have some dormant grass because it was super cold last week. Now it's back to 72 degrees this week. So then comes January, February, around February, March, when you should be getting ready for your Bermuda grass to prepping it to green up. Here comes the ryegrass. And let it rain 2 weeks with annual ryegrass in your lawn, and you'll find out why I said don't do it.
Yeah, it grows very, very, very aggressively. All right, and Daryl, son's also Daryl. Yeah, you're in the house. You did win that on the Prerennial. He says, "What's up, Ron? I had a late fungus outbreak in August, kind of crazy. 2 areas of the lawn. I put down Nutrizol and Brand Supreme Game, took care of it fast. So, are you saying that you did that once the fungus went away to get the lawn to recover? I can see that, but I know the Brand Supreme Green and the Nutrizol didn't kill the fungus. It's probably more that the fungus died off or it went away." And you use that to help the lawn recover. But yeah, that's definitely a strategy. I mean, a little bit of a nitrogen kick to the grass once you've arrested or gotten rid of the fungus is a good strategy to help it to bounce back quickly. So I get it, man. I get it. All right. Yeah, you see Girl's Lawn, how he does me at Noxzema. I just never know what's gonna happen. You see how he just does me on the live stream. All right. So next
she got it. It's that Noxzema.
Yeah. Next up, we have Josh Brunikowski says, "I have an 8x30 Tifway 419 lawn that is constantly blocked by a fence line for sun. That's going to be a problem. This is very sparse and little growth. Any recommendations for overseed in that area for shade? Not Bermuda."
Yeah.
Here's the problem, Josh. I mean, if you put in something like fescue or something that is that's more shade tolerant, what's going to happen is, unless you put in some kind of a border where, I'm not sure how you can do that and keep it looking good, because the Bermuda is still going to encroach into the fescue somewhat. It's just going to look weird. I might just try and live with it being thin, unless you want to put like a bed in there or convert that area to something else. I don't know that I would try and mix fescue with it. Bermuda was not going to do well in that area. What do you think, BYD? What would you do? Would you
possible choice would be just when I did my Zoysia Xeon test back there. It's in complete shade, and it does great because it tolerates the shade a little bit more. So if this is in an area that's inconspicuous, that's like maybe in the back of your house or something like that, in the area that's just not going to be seen by the public, you possibly can cut that section out and try a more shade tolerant variety of Zoysia, or what's that Tiff Grand Bermuda, I think, or something
Tiff
like
Tough,
that.
yeah. Tiff Grand, they're supposed to be more shade tolerant a little bit, but I mean, you can try it.
You can try it, but you're not going to get that Bermuda grass. Just say, hey, it's shade over here. I'm still going to get green. No. Listen, I had a area facing my house on the right that I used to get thin Bermuda grass around the edges, and I still kind of do. But me and BYD Jr. went in there years ago, cut all that stuff out. And it was to allow sunlight to come in from the right side of my house to touch the Bermuda grass. So now, even though it's still starting to fade there, now it didn't fade as fast as it did back in the day, because I eliminated the reason that was causing it not to green up. So I've heard people say that they tried to get their HOAs to allow them to put wrought iron fences up so it won't be any shade blocking it. You'll lose your privacy, but you'll keep out whatever you want or keep in whatever you want.
Right.
But that's the only other way that I could see you putting
changing the grass, the fence.
Yeah,
that'll
allow sunlight to come in.
Yep, I could see that. Let's see here. See what we got next here. I'm actually going to harass Alan. He just jumped in the live stream. He's like, hey, Mike with the sweet hat. Hey, I got mine too. I'll put my Halloween costume on a little bit too. We can both. Actually, I'm gonna turn a little bit to the side like that. We can do that. Yeah, we can do it for a little bit.
I don't know how to rock it like that, homie.
You can do it like that too. So yeah, we're both here, and with that, let's see what our next question is. We got Begonias with the Cujo hat. Papa Mo's Low saying at BYD's heading out for the night, hitting the blackjack table and can't have my phone out. Have a great weekend, everyone. That is true. I could see that. People get upset when you're playing cards and and that's going on. So this is a good question here from Gary Gale. He says, hey, Ron and BYD, I have Celebration Bermuda and I live in Florida. I'm jealous. And I love to get my grass lower and more stripe. I have a regular riding mower. I mean, a real mower is going to be the best thing, one for that grass and to get the stripes. But if you want to try and get your riding mower to stripe, there probably are stripe kits where you could make something up, like put like a piece of PVC pipe and weight it and drag that behind the mower. That's a way to get stripes. I don't know how straight they're going to be, but it's an option.
Only problem with that is if you striping Bermuda grass, it's not going to stay as long as some of these other yards. I mean, I posted pictures on Instagram where I striped all day with my Bermuda and went out there the next day and the stripes were gone. So it's not, you know. Now I'll put it to you like this: if you use a growth regulator like T-Nex, what's that? The high end one,
T-Nex. Primo Max.
Primo Max. You use that like that, then you could slow the growth up and you could cut it lower, you know, over an extended period of time versus like me. I haven't used any in a while. That's why my grass is growing like weeds, because Bermuda is a weed technically. But
whoa,
that's the only thing I can see. I don't do a lot of striping with my Bermuda because it's just rotary mowers don't really have the equipment. You see some when you see. Matter of fact, I think Girls Lawn, she has one that she made, if I'm not mistaken, and she stripes her grass, but that's not Bermuda. You know, so she could consistently do it over a period of time with what she's using. But I just don't know of any rotary mowers that are specifically made to say, hey, put this on the back of it and you can stripe your Bermuda, because it's going to have to be something that's really weighted, something heavy.
Yeah, I know the Toro has one. Toro, their push mower has a stripe kit, and I've seen people do that. Have done like DIY stripe kits with push mowers. I've not seen that done in a riding mower though. Maybe it probably is a thing. Maybe among the commercial mowers, but as far as like what you have, like your Toros, I've not seen that done. Doesn't mean it's not a thing, but I've not seen it.
Not Bermuda grass. On other tall type fescue stuff like that, but. You know, now listen. I did a video on Instagram. My Bermuda grass was striped, but I was using which mower was I using? The 52Z, the 52Z rider, and it wasn't striped per se like what you think. I mean, I only cut it the same direction 3 times and went back the other way 3 times just to get the picture. Let's be real, but the next day it was gone.
I got you.
And it's not going to be even once it starts to stand back up from the sun.
Yeah, it really you wanna like a real mower is the best way to get the good stripes. Mow it at
you gotta have low grass.
Yeah, mowing it at like 3/4 of an inch. That's like 3/4 of an inch to an inch. That's a sweet spot to get like really nice stripes in Bermuda. You can get stripes going lower, but a little bit taller, like 3/4 of an inch. Gary is going to do better because you have more grass to lay over, right? So yeah. All right, so next up we got John Finley saying, BYD, how's the 5-inch Bermuda? We're about to take a big green hit. I think it's looking pretty good, right? Yeah, it's looking good. I think we showed it earlier.
Yeah, show the picture. John Finley, check this picture out.
I can show you. It looks pretty good, man. That's what it's looking like right now, John. That's how it's looking. Not bad, right? Very green compared to the neighbors. So it's he's definitely he's definitely doing it right. Definitely doing it right.
Green. And believe it or not, that grass right there, the picture you saw, that's from this morning, and I haven't cut that in 2 weeks.
Nice.
2 weeks I haven't cut it. No, I take that back. Yeah, it was 2 weeks. I got it down at 3.5 inches. It rained for a week straight. Back to 5 inches. I posted a picture on my community tab on YouTube showing it in my hand how it was 5 inches tall from here to there. It's just it's out of control. But I'm not going to take a green hit this late in the season because I want to crush thy neighbor. I want to be the only person in the neighborhood with green grass. I want the mailman to drive by and just keep looking at my yard. I want people walking their dogs and say this is a good place to take a crap in this yard because it should not be green this far into October, almost November.
All right. On that note, Dwayne Hopkins up next. He says, hey, Ron, I changed my bed knife and replaced the reel bearing on my 10 blade McLean. Okay, well, McLean is a backup mower to my new California trimmer, but both are mowing beautiful. We got to clap it up for that. Congrats on the reel, getting your mower all tuned up, Dwayne. Looks like you're in good shape, man. That's good. It's good. You got your mower. You got a backup mower. You can't beat it. Good. I'm glad to hear that you got them all taken care of. And then Pirate 2031 says BYD makes a good point about reel mower maintenance. If I want to get my true cut worked on, I have to drive an hour. I've learned to fix things myself this season. So that's it. It is more involved. It is definitely more involved. Yeah. And then
it's a lifestyle run.
It is a lifestyle. It is. And the next up we got here, a question. He says, Austin Bird says, can I use prodiamine and tenacity together? If so, how much of each per gallon? Thanks, brother. I wouldn't. Here's why. Like Image, this way, a herbicide that is designed to that's designed to work from the root system, something like a Mazaquin, will work fine. So that like, mixing that with prodiamine is fine. But you look at like tenacity. Tenacity, really, you want to use a surfactant with it, and it's designed to work by sticking to the leaf of the plant. Whereas prodiamine is designed to get down into the roots. In other words, you need to water it in. Yeah. So you don't water in tenacity, but you water in prodiamine. So the two work differently. So I wouldn't mix them. I would not mix them and apply them at the same time. I mean, I'm sure people have done it, but it's not optimal because really to activate the prodiamine, you need to water it in, and the tenacity you really shouldn't water. And really, to get the best result with the tenacity, you need to be using a surfactant to make it stick to the leaves. And if you're mixing prodiamine with surfactant, you're actually working against yourself because you don't want it stuck to the leaves. You want it in the soil. So I would do 2 apps: prodiamine 1 app, and then come back and do tenacity afterwards if you want. So.
And I did a video on that saying if you're using a liquid or whatever product you're using that has to stick to the leaves, don't add a surfactant to your prodiamine. Those are 2 separate applications because you got to get that prodiamine to get watered into the soil ASAP. Even though they say 14 days or some crap like that, me generally, when I put it down, I want to try to get it in the soil as soon as possible. So that, would be probably 2 application. Once again, though, tenacity is not to be applied to actively growing Bermuda lawn. Now, if you head into the dormancy, then that may be different. If this
I would not spray tenacity. I would not spray tenacity on Bermuda grass. Period. I don't care if it's dormant. Listen, here's the thing. I don't understand. I do not understand this fascination with putting tenacity on warm season grass. Like,
I'll tell you why. I said it once before. It's not that it's the best thing. It's when people watch the videos, the person explaining it, and I've done it myself sometimes where I missed something in the instructions. Don't tell you. Don't do it. As much as I say it, Ron, people do it. Then they'll comment back. I got a white haze over my yard. Why? Because you sprayed the entire actively growing Bermuda grass with tenacity. Now, if you want to do it on the off season when it's dormant, that's something totally different. Know that if you do it closer to green up, it's going to be a slower green up than normal. Does tenacity work on Bermuda for its killing weeds? Yeah, but it's going to be some risk. It's going to either go light haze, slower green up. It's going to sting it. You get what I'm saying? So it won't recover as fast as it normally would if you would use any other herbicides designed for that. Yeah.
I mean, in my mind, where you're using tenacity, or tenacity is really for cool season grass, you really should be using. If you have Bermuda or Zoysia, you need to be using Celsius and not tenacity. Like, tenacity is the wrong product to use on warm season grass. You can do it, just like you can technically spray glyphosate on dormant Bermuda, but it's not a good idea for most people.
Yeah.
Not recommended. Not recommended. All right, so next up we got here Paul Cassio. I think so. Cassio. He says, "Hey Ron, I just got my soil test back, and I have low N, plenty of phosphorus, and just enough potassium. Anything I should be doing now to raise the N, or wait till spring? Bermuda grass in South Louisiana, by the way." I would do anything right now. I would just leave it alone. I would let it ride. If the soil looks pretty good, I wouldn't be putting in a bunch of inputs. I just leave it alone until spring because you're gonna be going dormant soon.
Exactly. That's a common thing I found with people in Louisiana, that they have a lot of nitrogen washout because of all that rain and flooding and stuff like that. And that's one of the reasons your soil tests keep coming back like that. Some different fertilization programs may work better. This is not sponsored, even though I'm talking about yard mastery, but feeding it more often in an area that's getting a lot of washout may benefit you in some ways. But going into dormancy, you're just throwing away money at this point.
Yeah. All right, and I just missed it, guys. We are 20 minutes in, so it's time for the next giveaway. What are we doing? BYD? Are we doing the gloves or are we doing the other pair of glasses?
Let's do these. Let's do these.
And yeah, we'll do the glasses and stand by because the black Mirimichi Green hat is coming up next. After that, all right. So BYD is showing some glasses that we're going to be using. Like you can use for lawn care. You can be stylish like him when you are in the lawn. All right. So let's move over. Let me see glasses pair 2. All right, and then let's get over. And guys, the way you still have a chance to win. The way you have to enter is you have to go into last week's live stream and leave a comment. Go into last week's live stream and leave a comment. That's how you're entered to win. Nothing else is required to get into it. So let's get in here now and get that comment, get those glasses given away. So we'll move over to our random comment picker. We see Daryl won the prodiamine. So I'm going to take this link again. I'm going to refresh it just in case anyone else came in. We're just going to reload this real quick to give you guys a chance. Again, if you won, you can't win again, but I just want to give anyone that's entering now a chance to win. All right, so we have 59 people. So for the BYD lawn care glasses, the winner is Girls Lawn. Is Girls Lawn present?
Oh, it's rigged, man.
Are they? I didn't listen. You just saw me. How's it going? How's it gonna be rigged? How's it gonna be rigged?
First of all, that's supposed to be girl LZ Lawns.
Girls LZ Lawn. If you are present, please come bring final purchases to the counter.
Oh my goodness.
Well, congratulations, Girls Lawn. You won the glasses. So let me send me an email with your address here. Ron@golfcourselawn.com, the place where you want it to go. I'll get it to BYD. He'll get the glasses out to you. And I will make a note here. Girls Lawn. Congratulations on the glasses. Next up, we still got the Mirimichi Green hat, and I got another hat, but I'm gonna show you guys the hat. So it's a Josh Habib limited edition one. I'm gonna be doing that one later, so stay tuned. But next up, we still got the Mirimichi Green black hat. So if you like a black hat, stick around. Stick around. So congratulations, Girls Lawn, also known as Girls LZ Lawn.
Girls LZ Lawn.
Girls LZ.
Lawn, yeah.
I can't read, right? All right.
No. You're doing a good job.
All right. Next up, we have Dwayne Hopkins. He says, Ron, fall is definitely here. Had a bad windstorm and needed to use my Honda rotary to clean up and mow the lawn. Normally, I real mow, but definitely a place in time for rotary mower. You're right. There are times where having a rotary would be handy for me, but I just have where to put it, and yeah, I wouldn't use it other than for like cleanup work, that kind of stuff. And we got Raider Nation saying my 2 favorite yard guys. He's saying that should be good to go. Yep. The 2 favorite yard guys. These 2 yard guys, real good. And next up, we have how do you keep St. Augustine out of your Bermuda? So, okay, you can chime in on this one. I'll give you my thoughts on the matter. I'm trying to think if there's as far as a herbicide you can spray on St. Augustine, quinclorac will hurt. I'm not sure if it'll kill it, but it'll definitely damage St. Augustine. Pretty much most herbicides that will kill crabgrass. Not that I hope Alan's not here. I don't want to catch any hate from him. Most herbicides that will kill crabgrass will also damage St. Augustine. Not all of them, but a lot of them will. So something like quinclorac can damage. It's safe for Bermuda, but will damage St. Augustine. Also, your practices, right? If you're mowing the Bermuda short, like St. Augustine wants to be mowed at 3 inches, 4 inches, tall. If you're mowing Bermuda at 1.5 inches or even lower, that's going to be really good for the Bermuda, really bad for the St. Augustine. So your mowing practices can help with that too. But yeah, anything else, BYD? Any thoughts on it?
It's gonna be your mowing practice. Cause listen, if I read that question right, how can you keep St. Augustine out of your Bermuda? So either somebody's yard is creeping over into yours, or you're creeping into theirs. But it's gonna be the cutting height. What does St. Augustine love to be cut at? 3-4 inches?
Yeah, high, tall.
Yeah.
4 inches plus. Yeah,
crunchy, crispy, tough grass. The other weed lawn, they first say. But if you're cutting your Bermuda at lower than 1 inch, or right at 1 inch, and you're running over that, that's going to be bad on the St. Augustine. Mm-hmm. Me personally, I don't know of any chemical you could literally spray on St. Augustine grass that's only going to kill it off. You may spray some stuff on it like per se image sprayed on wild fescue in a Bermuda lawn. The image will damage the wild fescue, not necessarily kill it off. You mowing your Bermuda at 1 inch is going to really mutilate the fescue over a period of time, because the fescue is not going to do great at 1 inch or lower. So the Bermuda grass will choke it out. Hopefully, and it's not going to always be the case, but hopefully it'll check it out.
Yeah, and again, something like conchloride can also damage it. Will also damage St. Augustine, give Bermuda the advantage to take over. So those are some of the options you have, Jay. So mowing and then something like conchloride can work too. So you got LJ.
I'm gonna comment this. This is from off Instagram.
LJ?
Mr. M Wright. No. This
Okay,
is coming
go
off
ahead.
Mr. M Wright off of Instagram. He says, "How you gonna let Ron Henry have a better camera than you?" I'm using a computer, man. Come on, man. I'm not a live stream expert or whatever. But you know what? I think I'm gonna use my either my phone or my GoPro next time. Say you can use it. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll get together ahead of time. We'll set it up and get it going.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Next up, he says.
I just had to say that, man, because these people making some wild comments here on Instagram.
Oh, I'm sure your crowd, your viewers are another another kind. All right. So next up, he says.
BYD.
LJ says, I've been out of town for a month. Is it too late for a pre-emergent 007? You said bug killer. I think you mean pre-emergent 007, bug killer, and fertilizers, Atlanta, Bermuda. Pre-emergent.
You can do the 007 and the insect control. Fertilizer. If you're going to do some fertilizer and your grass is still growing, the only thing I could recommend is a 7020, and that's only because of the potash. But you don't even really need that. Just focus on the 007 because you got 7% potash. Insect control. I think I just did a video saying if you got ant mounds in your yard, you need to be treating them now. Those plus the entire yard. Me personally, I like to treat spring. What my camera at? Spring, summer, and fall for insects. You don't have to, but I do it to keep the pest at bay. Yep.
Agreed. All right. So next up here we got Vance Woods. So Elder's talking about seeds from Pete, but then Vance Woods is saying, "Hey gentlemen, what's your thoughts and advice on overseeding between October and November? Overseeding what, Vance? You're talking about either way, even for cool season grass, like a little bit earlier would have been better. So you have a warm season lawn like Bermuda, doing it a little bit earlier, like September, would have been better if you're trying to do like a perennial ryegrass overseed. And if you're also overseeding cool season turf, earlier would have been a little bit better too. So it depends. I don't know what kind of grass you're dealing with, but in both cases, a little bit earlier would be better in my opinion for the fall. Next up, we got a question about GIE. Nate Moore says, "Are either of you going to GIE?" BYD, are you doing GIE this year?
Yeah, BYD is gonna be at GIE, and matter of fact, I think I'm leaving out. I don't know what I'm leaving out, but I'll be there.
Okay. Very cool.
For at least 2 of those days. After that, I'm going to have to leave out because I got other responsibilities to take care of. But, yeah, I plan to be there.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I will not be there at GIE this year, hopefully next year. This upcoming week, the studio that I train at and teach at, we are hosting our region's fall tournament. So literally, like, we have to run a black belt test, get the place set up for the tournament. So I can't be gone. I thought about driving up for like 1 day, but then I realized that Kentucky is like it's like a 7-hour drive, and I'm like I can't do 14 hours for 1 day, and there's just too much stuff going on next week that I just really can't.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't do it this year, unfortunately. Any other week out of the year would have been better than this year. Last week would have been fine. Week after next week would have been fine, but next week is just too much stuff going on here. I can't get away. And to that point, there won't be a live stream next week because around this time I will be proctoring. I'll be running a black belt test. So I'm not going to be. There will be no live stream next week. We'll pick up the week after, but next week there'll be no live stream because of that. So just so you guys know, I'll repeat it again as we go through, but just so you guys give you a heads up. All right. Let's see what we have else we got going on here. David Polanco is saying, "Hey Ron, good evening to you in the chat. I'm a little bit late, but I'm here." We have a super chat also from Osama Abdu says,
Received.
"Shout out to Bermuda Grass Dream Team, RH and BYD. Congrats on the new equipment, BYD. Are you doing lawn care full time these days?"
No.
He is not.
I only do, I stopped doing it full time. I only take on a certain amount of clients for content, for just trying out new products, new lawn equipment. Do I plan on going full time? Maybe. It's just, that's up in the air because, once again, since COVID, the labor pool is just shrunk, and guys want to get paid $20-$30 an hour now, and that cost got to get passed on
To the customer.
So it's just you get what I'm saying, to the customer. I can't take that hit, So when I'm out there and you see 3 guys and it's taking me 2 hours, I already know that 120 of it is going to them, and then you still got to pay me. The point I'm trying to make is it's up in the air. I'm trying to stick with what I got and not really go too far. But if I do change, just stick with me on Instagram, Bermuda Grass Central, and I'll make those announcements. I would love to do it on a full-time basis, but not working 5-6 days a week. Maybe just 3 or 4 days out the week dedicated to that, and keep it small and
Just do what you can. Yeah.
Yeah, just do what I can in my area. I don't travel out 45 an hour to cut nobody's grass. It's not worth it.
I got you. All right, so a question for me from Tom B says, "Hey Ron, in the spoon feeding program, do you stop applying biweekly treatments once the weather gets cooler? I see the benefits when it's hot out, but not clear how it should be handled towards the end of the year." You are absolutely correct, Tom. I don't do spoon feeding. I have not. So like my last app, which has been 2 weeks ago at this point, I didn't do any liquid fertilizer for that one. So up until then, I've been slowly slowing down on the inputs. But yeah, no, I don't spoon feed this time of year because the grass is trying to go dormant, so it doesn't need as much nitrogen, as much inputs as it needed during the spring and summer months. So yeah, no spoon feeding this time of year. Now here's the thing: if you have cool season grass and your grass is still actively growing, you can keep doing the spoon feeding program. But for warm season grass like Bermuda, this time of year, you wouldn't want to do that. Would not want to do that. All right, Robert Ruffin is up next. He says, "Hey guys, I'm in Georgia. I had crows feasting in my yard this morning. Is it too late to put down Spectrum Insect Killer?" I'm not sure what Spectrum Insect Killer is, but if it's, check the label and see if there's any restrictions around time of year for killing insects in your lawn. What about you, BYD? Would you put down an insecticide this time of year?
To me personally, yeah. If I the beginning of the fall, yeah, not so close to the winter, but the beginning of the fall. Remember, I said spring, summer, fall is when I put it down. Because I don't want the insects, I don't want the pests, I don't want to go through that. And I got 2 forms. I got the I do liquid, I do granular, but I also got those dino traps running basically 24 hours, 7 days a week throughout the season. So I don't have to use as much per pound, I say, on the ground. This year I did because of armyworms. But with those, do both. But would I put it down now in October at my house? Yes. If I hadn't applied it, my fall application, I'd get it down.
Good. All right, cool. So there you go, Robert. All taken care of. So we got Lawn Radiance, Manuel Alvarez. Angela says BYD and Ron in the house. We got another giveaway we're going to be doing here. We got Robert Price and then Demir saying, "What's going on, Ron? A little late tonight. Looking forward to some good turf talk." What's going on, Demir? So guys, we are going to try and work on it, but Demir is a greenskeeper out in Colorado, I believe, and we're working on getting him on the live stream. Hopefully early November. That we're planning for November. This month was too busy, so hopefully early November we're going to get him on. So bring all you cool season turf guys. Anyone that wants to know about how a golf course runs, he'll be on to answer all those questions. So it'll be fun conversation if you guys are interested in that. So yeah, Demir, thanks for coming to hang out. I appreciate you very, very much. All right, so we got Chaz Bishop. What's good evening, Ron and BYD? Love the show, and I'm pounding that like button. Thank you. Touch that like button ever so gently. It's free for you guys to do. It's a great way to support the channel. It's a great way to support the channel.
Yeah.
I think we already answered.
Don't forget to go over to Bermuda Grad Central and hit that subscribe button over there also now.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
go do
get
it.
over there now and hit that subscription button.
Go support BYD. Go support BYD. Okay, next up we have Osama Abdu says, I'm surprised tall fescue isn't more popular in Atlanta. 85% of the lawns here in the DC area are tall fescue. Our summers are actually 1 degree warmer, and we have 8 inches less rain per year than Atlanta. Yeah, DC still gets a lot colder than Atlanta than Georgia does, though, man. I mean, if you look at our summers are pretty brutal.
I tell you what makes our brutal than theirs. We have Georgia red clay. The heat bounces off that stuff and right back up into the sky. So you need a grass that could tolerate not only the heat but the ground. Where does it stay?
He's in DC.
DC, y'all don't have Georgia clay. If you do, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Oh, matter of fact, I gave you an example, Ron. I cut this church and their soil has been brought in. It's real soft. I did soil temp test same day. It's mine was 10 degrees hotter than theirs.
Well, yeah. So yeah, I mean, it does happen, Osamu. There are people here that do it. Mainly the ones around here are churches because they are the ones that have some kind of like water or lake on the property that they can pull from to water. They don't use city water. They did too much water. Would have to go on the lawn for that. I got a couple of super chats, so let me run down here and get these real quick. We got one from Robert Mejores. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you so much.
Super chat received.
And we have LG give me a hard time.
Super chat.
He says, Ron, so what the crap? I swear, the more I donate, the more I lose these giveaways. What gives, man? I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's not like it's y'all see. I'm using like a random comment picker. It's the internet's. And then Nyan. Super chat. Thanks, received. Nyan. And then Vance Woods. Another super chat. Yeah, it's. I promise you, it's not. I'm not rigging it. It's just It's a random comment picker. It truly is random. I promise. Truly is random. All right. Now the worst part, whenever I scroll up to go find something, is now I have to go and find where I was before. Okay, there we are. Okay, so yeah, so BYD, you got a hero, man. It says BYD is my hero. So you are his hero. And then John Finley has a question. When does Bermuda go dormant? I'm in Tennessee. It's different. It's different. I imagine it probably goes dormant probably a little sooner in Tennessee because it should get cooler there faster than it does here. So most cases, late October, early November, like that's how it really begins to fall off. It depends on your lawn. It depends on what temperatures are like. Depends what temps are like. All right, let's see what else we have here. Tom V says, I was at my in-laws' house last week and I noticed some chinch bugs flying as I walked in the grass. Too late in the season to put down insecticide? No, not too late. You can still treat them. You can still. I mean, if you want a product that is also non-toxic, the Mirimichi Green Pest Control, like this has gotten. If I can hoist it up here, I think it's heavy. This very effective for chinch bugs. Tom V. I've got a video showing how to apply it. One bottle goes a really long way, and it's available on the golf course lawn store. So I'll put a link in the chat there for you to that video so you can see what we're talking about. All right, Richard Pizarski. Actually, no, it's giveaway time before we go to the next question. Okay, it's giveaway time. So we're gonna do the black Mirimichi Green hat. This one. So we already did the desert tan. We did the gray. We're gonna do the black one now. And let's go back to our selector here, and we'll see who our winner is going to be. So for the hat winner, we're going to remove that, and let me refresh this to give anyone a fair shot, assuming they just came in. Paste, and remember, guys, if you've already won, you cannot win again. We have 64 people in the comments section. Our winner of the Mirimichi Green hat in black is CMath. Is CMath present? I think I saw you earlier, CMath. I can only imagine what is going on at LG's right now. There's probably all kinds of cursing, stuff's getting thrown. But yeah, CMath, you are the winner of the Mirimichi Green black hat. If you don't mind, sir, send me or sir or ma'am, I'm assuming that you're a guy, but send me an email here, ron@golfcourselawn.com with your address where you want it to go. I will get it in the mail and get it out to you. So thanks for that. Yay for that. Congratulations on the hat. All right. So our next question was, maybe this was, hey Ron, what is the very first treatment I should give to newly sodded Kentucky bluegrass lawn next spring in Michigan? The sod was laid 2 weeks ago. I mean, you can just, I would just give it whenever you enter your season, your growing season for just a nice starter fertilizer, something to kind of wake it up and get it going. What would you do, BYD?
Mm-hmm. Same thing.
Just starter
fertilizers, kind of get it going. Plenty of water if it's not being watered. You don't have any type of irrigation. Mowing it like you should. Make sure the blades are sharpened. That way you won't be tearing out new grass. That's pretty much it.
Cool. Yep. Very good. All right. We have another super chat. Oh Lord, thank you so much, Vance. We appreciate you. Good Lord. So we got Princess Kalon here in the house. What's going on, George? Thanks for coming to hang out. I don't know why I'm yelling. You're not in the room with me. And then we have a super chat from Vance Woods, dropping the big super chat.
Super chat received.
Thank you so much, Vance. Really appreciate it. You're saying this is just a tip. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much. Very, very, very generous. We can buy more products, more stuff to give away. So that's always awesome. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. All right. Next up we have here, Austin Burr says, I have tall fescue lawn. I live in Dallas, in the Dallas area. It's the best lawn on the block, so it can be done. That said, how short can I cut it during the fall, winter? Tall fescue is supposed to be mowed tall, man. I don't know that cutting it short is really a thing. What about you, BY? Do you have any idea? I mean, do you ever hear about anyone taking down tall fescue shorter?
I cut it short as I can, 1 inch or lower when I'm dealing with a commercial property. And I'm not coming back out there. For as a homeowner, keep it at 3 inches. You just got to keep it mowed. That's when it performs its best. But I've cut tall fescue down to below 1 inch. I mean,
during wintertime,
green. It's not the greenest.
Yeah, that's hard on it though. I imagine that is pretty hard on it. Yep. All right. Okay, next up, Alex says he agrees with us on using the appropriate grass for the area. He says, I'd be surprised at how many people try to use warm season grass in Jersey. It looks terrible for all summer months. That's it. It's true. It is true. Yeah. Use the right grass for the area. I agree. Appreciate you, David Lee. Says, big up to Ron and BYD. Enough respect, brethren. We thank you very much. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. AC says, great job. Joanne says, enjoying the content. Dip says, do we have to comment first? No, you don't have to comment first. You just have to, so Dip, we still have, BYD, you still have another glove to give away, right? We got one more pair of gloves to give away, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more pair of gloves to give away, and we have one more thing to give away that I got to show you guys. It's just like a Josh Habib. I'm going to show you a little bit here what this is. So Dip, go to last week's live stream and just leave a comment. Leave a comment on last week's live stream and you're entered. Yeah, that gives you an option to win. All right, great. Kevin Dansby says, great job and great content, fellas. We appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out. John, I'm trying to speed up because I know we got to get through some of these questions. John says, 1 month old, beautiful tipped-up Bermuda. Will foot traffic during dormancy hurt Bermuda? Does shade hurt Bermuda in dormancy? To the second question, no, not really, because it's dormant. It's not actively growing. I mean, no, not really. Shade's not really a huge factor when it's dormant. Foot traffic during dormancy, depends what you're talking about. Like, people walking on it is fine, but if you have like an area where people are like, there's a lot of wear and tear, yeah, it's hard on it, right? Because it's not actively growing to try to recover from that. So, yeah, what do you think, BYD? I think so, right? I mean, foot traffic by itself is fine.
Listen, if it's in a rainy area, then foot traffic is gonna hurt it. Just be real with you, because it's just gonna mush it all up. If it's frozen and you're walking on it, even though it's frozen, possibility you still can break crowns that are dormant. So the recovery from winter damage is gonna be hard. But don't stop cutting your, mowing on it or doing what you got to do to get it right. But typically when it goes dormant, not BYD, this is the average homeowner. You're not out there anyway on it.
That's true.
keep the foot traffic to a minimum. I may do a fall cleanup video, but generally you need to get everything off the lawn that you're not going to be using. The lawn furniture, if you could put it up, to keep it from going bad. Toys, bicycles, just get everything off the lawn and put everything up. Water hoses, and just stay off the lawn as much as possible. Not going to hurt it, but you really don't have a need to be walking all on top of it. Unless it's like an athletic field, something like that. You can't stop that.
Yep. Cool stuff. All right. Next question we got here. Dwayne Push says, good evening, gents. Once Bermuda comes out of dormancy, should I fertilize once a month in the spring or once every other month? Yeah, it depends. Depends on the kind of fertilizer you're using. Depends what you're going with. But on the program you're on.
If it's fast release, that 1 month plan works great. If it's a slow release fertilizer that claims it lasts anywhere from 3 to 4 months, then no, you don't need to fertilize it every month. Now, here's a hybrid fertilization plan I use. Synthetic, 1 month, the next month, 4 weeks later, the all natural product like I'm just naming some: Milo, Sunnyland, chicken poo, whatever it is you want to do. Every 4 weeks you could feed it in that aspects, but you're rotating. But do you necessarily need to feed if it's fast release? Then yeah, I mean it's not gonna hurt. Yard Mastery program is basically like that. If you read the label, that stuff is fast release up to 75%. I think of the product it is. So it's gonna make your grass grow fast. It's gonna green it up, but it's gonna be hungry again in about 25, 35 days. The extended feeding products, just do what they say. If it's supposed to last 6 weeks, 4 months. I'm not gonna say anything lasts 4 months, but
yeah,
3 weeks, maybe 3 months or something like that.
Maybe.
And yeah. Now Scott's got one that they say lasts what?
6 months. They have
6 months. Yeah.
Yeah, they had one on there. It was like there's like once per season. I was like, I don't know how they're doing that, but okay.
I don't know how they do it. It's extended feed. I think that's what it's called, something like that.
Yeah. All right, so next up we got, Alex says to each their own. I like to do my soil tests at least once per season just to know what I'm working with. With the amount of snow I get up here, I'm always concerned about pH. Yeah, so it just depends, man. Like I said, I like it because I like the data. I think twice per season is a good cadence, but it's kind of your call. It's kind of your call which way you want to go. There's people that get that test along.
Listen to the key word he said. The amount of snow we get. You remember I was telling you about Louisiana? All that continuous washout of nutrients out the soil from that water moving back and forth. That's going to make a difference as far as if you want to know
what to put in,
what's missing. Yeah.
Sure. All right. We got Robert Mahora says, I'm already starting to experience lawn with mowing withdrawal. My Xeon is barely growing. I love my John Deere 2500. So starting to think about the spring. Should I do another renovation, 20 yards of sand like 2021? I'm actually happy things are slowing down, man. I have mowed. I mean, outside of a few small windows here where because of rain, I've mowed every other day all season. At some point, I was mowing every day, so I'm ready for a break. As far as 20 yards of sand, that sounds like a lot. That sounds like a lot of pain. It's up to you. If the lawn is looking, you want to top dress it again, you want to get it even smoother. Sure, yeah, go for it. Just depends on you. Depends on you if you have the time and the desire to put down 20 yards. That's a lot of material to spread out. It looked good. Yeah. It's a lot. And then this is a good one for you, BYD. It says, what happens if you late fertilize? Does it hurt it? I know everyone says let it go to sleep.
Here's what happens. You just threw away a whole bunch of nitrogen. It's probably going to be a zero product, which means it won't probably have any phosphorus. The potash will probably help it. If the grass is not actively growing, the nitrogen is just not going to do anything to the Bermuda lawn. Now, I know I've done videos about this 1,000 times. Not 1,000, maybe 2 or 3 videos. But having said that, the question is, I keep seeing videos saying winterize. So people who have Bermuda yards go out and put down a high nitrogen fertilizer, or not even so much high nitrogen, I think 18%, 18 or above. I'll put it to you like that. And it's not doing anything. Does it store in the grass? I'm just going to be real with you. I hadn't seen any benefits of going out and trying to put down this high nitrogen fertilizer in the winter on a Bermuda lawn, because my yard, when I did my test experiment, it greened up the same amount. It didn't get any thicker. It didn't grow any faster. Nothing spectacular stood out on that half of the yard that I put on. I think it was 5,000 square. I don't know, 3,000 or 5,000 square feet that we tested on. No difference. So, from my experience, it's a waste of money.
And you're also increasing the chance you're going to create fungus problems in the spring. So it's a lot of reasons to not do it. There's a lot of reasons to not do it, John. Yeah. So hopefully that helps.
Just let it go to sleep. Just let it go to sleep.
Yeah. All right. Dalvin says, hey, I applied Pre-Emergent 3 weeks ago, but I'm seeing baby POA, so I decided to spot spray with Celsius Certainty combo. Yeah, if you're seeing POA, just Certainty. It says, does that mean I was too late and expect more winter weeds? It means you were late for those that you're seeing, but doesn't mean. But the fact that you got your Pre-Emergent down now or 3 weeks ago, it is going to stop like a mass POA outbreak. But there's some. Listen, POA starts germinating in August in some cases. Like there's people like I started on my lawn. I started seeing a couple here and there in August on my lawn. Now when I put that coastal down, that smoked them out. They're all gone now. They're dead. But it's when you see them, know that it's been several weeks before for them germinating. By the time you actually see them visibly. So don't worry about it. You did the right thing. Yeah. Yep. And then he likes your hat. Alan's chiming in. Mike with the sweet hat. It is clean. It is clean. I got to admit. Patrick in Texas says, "I'm here. What did I win? I don't see you as a winner as yet, Patrick, but you still have a chance. Still got a chance. 5 more minutes. You got a chance here." CMS says it's a party. Lawn care not representing St. Augustine. My front yard is St. Augustine. Thanks for the LCN products as well. St. Augustine has really taken off. That's sweet. Awesome, guys. I'm chiming down here looking for some more comments. I'm trying. Except I see BYD. He's starting to fall out, man. I'm trying to get us.
We're good.
I'm trying to make sure you get your wrap. Go too long. It says, okay. Trilla says, hey guys, love both your channels. On the topic of shade, I have a small acorn tree in my front yard. How much sunlight do you need to have enough? I have Tiff Tough, and it's not too thin, but not as thick. What do you think, BYD?
You need at least 8 hours of full sunlight for your Bermuda grass to thrive.
Wait, say that again. Of what kind of sunlight?
At least 8 hours of direct sunlight.
So direct. So not passing through the trees, not shaded, not partial.
Not passing through the tree, not shaded sunlight. That's one of the reasons why I told you me and BYD Jr. literally went in and cleaned out the umbrellas of all the trees so I could let that sunlight come in. This tall part, let me see with my hand here. This tall part and all this stuff that's up under it, we clean all that stuff out.
I got you.
So at any time of the day, sun was coming in from the bottom, catching that particular part of my Bermuda grass that wasn't getting sunlight. Mm-hmm. So after we did that, that stayed greener longer throughout the season. But if you got shaded area around it and it's not directly really coming in, you may get green grass, Bermuda grass, but it may not be as thick as, or the stolon production may not be as great as.
Yep. So, I mean, when it comes to sunlight with Bermuda, more is better. More is always better. Yep. So, yeah, I mean, as far as how much, the more sunlight, direct sunlight you can get on it, the better. Because I'll tell you this much too, Trilla. I've seen shrubs that are like 5 or 6 feet, not even 6 feet, because I'm like 6 foot. So, like, say 5 foot shrubs, do make a pretty noticeable difference on how Bermuda thins out. These are just shrubs, not even big ones. A tree does a lot more damage. So Bermuda is really sensitive to sunlight. It needs a lot of sunlight. Mm-hmm. So we got Tin Tron in the house. Says, I enjoy watching both of your channels. Thanks for hanging out, Tin. Appreciate you so much. And Alan is saying to somebody, I think if you see this chat, email me and I'll send you one of the hats. Very, very cool. Very cool.
Now, Alan, you can't send them.
No. I'm not sure. I think it's a viewer. I think it's only a viewer. I think it's another YouTuber. Yeah, because these are only for YouTubers, guys. So if you search your YouTube channel, you can get one of the Yard Mastery hats. But yeah, these you can grab one of these guys. All right. This is might be best for BYD. It says, I'm looking to invest in a good push mower next season. I now use a 20-inch Scott's reel mower cut and maintain. I want to get the push mower for scalping and bagging my clippings. What would you go with? What do you recommend?
There's really not a lawnmower, push rotary lawnmower that's specifically made for, excuse me, scalping. In other words, most of the lawnmowers that I've known, they don't go no lower than a 1 inch. Really, they start at 1 and what they say, 1 and a third or something like that, for as low as they can go. Lawnmowers, I've been testing them. You see my channel. I got wait till next season. I got some stuff for y'all, so I don't want to spoil it. But the mowers with the dual blades seem to be doing a whole lot better for us mulching and bagging, because they clip it up a whole lot more. So try to find a dual blade mower if possible. Those with those little gator teeth on it, I hadn't really single blades with gator teeth don't really do nothing. Then you gotta understand if you're getting a high lift blade or a low lift blade, all that good stuff. So as far as mowers for the average home on the gas, it's always gonna be a Toro or a Honda built mower, something in that aspect that you can get anywhere. There's probably some better, but they're not widely available. As far as electric mowers, you all guys know I've been a fan of Greenworks for the longest, and that 25-inch has completely changed the game for me. It's a dual battery mower, 25 inches of cutting. It's not it's two blades, but not two blades on top of each other, nothing like that. It's just two blades like next to each other. Blades. Yeah, exactly. But looking at stuff like that, notice too, guys, if you get an electric mower, battery mower, you're gonna have to cut more often, because the testing I've done, they just don't have gas power per se yet. They do a real good job, and when you maintain your lawn, but if you're one of those people who like to mow every 2 to 3 weeks, a gas powered recycler, Honda built engine mower probably work good.
Great, good, awesome. All right, next up we got BK Yamo says, Ron and BYD, enjoy your channels here. I'm in South Central Texas, on limestone shelf, hill country. Soil pH is high, 7.3. Newer house, and is low. P is optimal. Potassium is low. Micros are low. What can I do over the winter? So over the winter, not a ton, right? You really, I mean, as far as pH, you could apply like citric acid. I wouldn't want to do any kind of elemental sulfur, because that typically comes with a nitrogen component. But as far as a lot of what you're talking about there, that's going to be a spring. It's going to be a spring project, BK Yamo. There's not a ton that really you can do now. If you want to see a really, really cool video on adjusting soil pH, the guys at My Soil, they run a channel called Soil Lab that has this really good video showing how they take soils that's very acidic and soils that are higher in pH, like yours, more alkaline. Yours is just above the Goldilocks zone. It's not crazy bad or anything like that. But how they've used different products to adjust them and bring them down, and how it works over time. So I'm going to send you put that video in the chat for you to check that out. Citric acid, I think, is going to be the only thing you really can do, because elemental sulfur typically has some N in it, and we don't want to be doing that over the winter months. So yeah, but yeah, good job on getting a soil test. Now you have the data. When spring rolls around, you're going to be able to hit it hard and correct things. So you're good job on that. All right. Let's see. John Finley saying, crush thy neighbor, BYD. Lawn is looking good. Let's see. We're coming up on our next giveaway. We're at the 20 minutes have gone by. So BYD, we're going to do the hat now. I'm sorry, the gloves. The gloves are what we're doing now.
I think we're done with those.
You already did the gloves? We did 2 pairs of gloves?
Yeah, 2 pairs. Yeah.
Okay, let me see. I did a glove. Okay, you have okay. So we already did gloves, did glasses. Okay, so then what we will do then is
we did the prodiamine.
We did the prodiamine. We did that. Mm-hmm. So the next up, the giveaway, the next time I'm giving away is going to be this, guys. So I saved this for last, sort of. This is a hat from Josh Abib. It is a Ron Henry hat. These ones are ones that he made custom, had made for the channel. You got the leather patch if you like that. They're made by Western Rider, I guess, if that's a brand of hats, I guess. So one of you guys will win this one. So let's go to the comment picker and see who the winner shall be. So we can burn through the remaining comments. Let me get this channel link and then refresh this, give you guys the best opportunity to win. All right, we are reloaded. We have 67 potentials, and the winner of the hat is Simple Guy. Is Simple Guy in the chat? I haven't seen you in the live stream tonight. We're gonna put you're gonna pencil you in there. Tentatively, Simple Guy, but yeah, if you can put a just say yeah, I'm here in the chat, so we know to get this, that you want it, that you're here. My address my email address you need to send it to is ron@golfcourselawn.com with your mailing address, and we can get the hat out to you. I'm not sure if you're here in the chat, but if you are, let me know, because if not, I'll draw it again. Because I want to make sure everyone is here that wins these. Very cool. All right. So let's see what are the questions we got. Kellen says, at BYD. Oh, that's a clean hat, man. I like that. He's hi, Ron and BYD. How often do you hit up Walmart, Lowe's, etc. for those sweet deals you find in the store all the time? Also, are you dedicated with that dandelion salad?
Listen, the dandelion salad was delicious, but as far as Walmart, generally after I say Labor Day is when I really started going from Walmart to Walmart to Walmart to Walmart. A lot of people want to know, how do I find out? I get some insider information because they see me so often. Sometimes they'll tell me, hey, BYD, next week we're having this, we're having that. And generally when they do that, that's when you'll see me go Instagram Live, Bermuda Grass Central, and I'll just give up all the secrets. One of the last deals people saw was the grills I got for 50% off, and the other one was the Scott's triple action, normally like $65 a bag for the big bag. They were clearing them out for $14 a bag. It's time to stock up. The same way with the Scott's weed and feed, it was, I think, the same price. They were clearing them out for $14 a bag. I just find deals all over. The key to it is to take your phone, open up the Walmart app on your phone, and scan the products while you're in the store, because sometimes they have secret sales. Secret sales are, they lowered the price, but they're not advertising. So once I see the secret sale, I either make a video or go Instagram Live and tell you, hey, secret sale at this particular Walmart, because not all Walmarts are going to do this. Lowe's don't really have a lot of that. Home Depot does too. When you go in there and you see the yellow labels, that are products that are marked down. Not all yellow label prices are good, but sometimes you just got to do your research. I found some stuff in there that was hundreds of dollars off. I went to Sam's one year, same thing. Found those Breakstone pizza ovens. They're normally like $90. They had them on clearance for $7. As soon as I put that on Instagram, they were gone the next day. But yeah, that's how generally after September,
okay,
I do it. Sometimes in December I go in these stores and check just to make sure, because they got to clear the way out for the Christmas stuff. So
yep, very cool. All right, let's see. We got a question from Nicholas Knight Senior. Says, how's Trimic 992? I've never used it. I think it's 2,4-D and some other stuff mixed in with it, Nicholas. I've never used it to be able to say. But yeah, I've never used that herbicide, so I can't comment on it. You ever use it, BYD?
No, I use something called Trimec.
Trimec.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think that's what he meant.
MEC.
I think what he means Trimic. I think he means MEC, Trimec. I think that's what he's talking about.
Trimec. Now,
yeah.
That Trimec, it's actually a formula mixed in with the Sunnyland weed and feed. That's the only way that I've used it. I hadn't literally bought the liquid version
by
of
itself.
The Trimec by itself and sprayed it. But as far as inside that Sunnyland weed and feed, I think it was a 2406, if I'm not mistaken. It worked great, and it lasted long. The killing power lasted longer than normal. Then I seen another weed and feed products, but me personally, I hadn't literally went in and bought any.
Just by itself.
Yeah, and tried to use it.
Cool. All right, next up, Daryl saying he's enjoying the live stream. We appreciate that, Daryl. Thanks for that. And then Nyan is saying, what is GIE? It's an outdoor like lawn care expo. It's like I don't know, probably what to describe it. It's like black hat for like the lawn care professional for the lawn care community.
They just got a lot of equipment, new products coming out it's called, GIE stands for Green Industry Expo. All right, and it's in Louisville, Kentucky. They've been having it every year. I put a phantom Instagram post out that they was going to have it in Atlanta next year. They're not, but I was just trying to swim. But I'm sorry, I was having fun, man. But what they do is it's a lot of equipment, a lot of lawn care related stuff. A lot of people who own lawn care businesses and go there and take all these courses. You may have to pay at some of these places, but a lot of information is given there, and a lot of free stuff is given there. And you'll see a lot of YouTubers there. Myself, I'm supposed to be there. And I'm going to focus in on stuff that's hopefully for the average homeowner, or some high-end products for the average homeowner. I want to bring that to the channel and let you guys see what's available for you, or maybe coming out soon. But that's generally what it is right there. And it's a good place to, meet a lot of people, make friends, make connections and stuff like that. For as an average person, if you're into lawn care, you're going to lose your mind. You're going to lose your mind. It's too much to do in one day. I don't even think I'm going to be able to get through with all the stuff I want to get through, because it's a shortened time outside because it gets dark, early or whatever. But
right.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Cool. All right, so we got Jessica. Diane, thank you for the super chat, sir. I'm not sure if I got you covered, but I'm going to do it again anyway. Jessica Garcia says, "Blessings, gentlemen. I started doing our yard in 2020 and finished the lawn care nut boot camp." Cool. Yeah, that's really good. I actually I looked through that. It's actually a really, really good program. I'm sure you got good results. Alan has a lot of really good info in that course, in that program. All right, Vance says, "Guys, thanks for tuning up to help us tonight. If my builder installed cheap Bermuda, but I bought Arden 15 to see, do you think I should see any improvement in my lawn due to the Arden product?" I would try and get your lawn looking as good as possible first. I would not, in other words, the builder if you got a brand new lawn, like it takes a couple of seasons, not necessarily a couple of seasons, but it takes a while of care, of regular care to get a lawn looking good. Like just throwing seed at it isn't gonna, or a new grass type isn't a magic bullet to get a great looking lawn. I would, work on it first. What do you think, BYD?
It took me 2 seasons. If you look at my channel, go research my very first videos, and you'll see how destroyed my lawn was. It took a couple of seasons to get it going. And I have the traditional Tifway 419, just the regular builder's grade Bermuda, and you see it now. You would not think it's just a regular lawn. I always say try to build up your lawn you got first, Bermuda grass, before you start overseeding, reseeding, or just tearing it completely out and not knowing that you could really bring that grass to life. There's nothing like bringing a lawn back from the dead. Search my videos. I got 2 of them saying I brought it back from the dead. The worst yard you have ever seen in U.S. history. After about 8 months, I got that yard looking so freaking good till it was ridiculous. And then I got fired.
You got fired. Okay. All right. So we have next question here is for, let's see. We have Michael Benton says, "How do I keep Bermuda out of my turf type tall fescue?" I mean, most herbicides, selective herbicides that are safe for cool season grass will damage Bermuda. So like tenacity will damage it. It's not gonna kill it. There's another herbicide. I'm trying to think of it. It's I think it's a Fusilade. Fusilade 2. I believe Fusilade 2 is labeled as safe for fescue, and it's used for controlling Bermuda in it. It's going to take multiple applications, but check the label. Let me see if I can find the label for you, or find the product here for you, Michael. Yeah, take a look into Fusilade 2. That's an option. I think that one will also do the trick for you. But really, any cool season herbicide like tenacity, those will damage Bermuda grass. Well, probably not going to kill it. But as far as like knocking it back and kind of trying to suppress it to where it's not going to start being a problem in your fescue lawn, that's an option. But I just put a link in the chat there for you to take a look at for another option. What about you, BYD? Do you see any other herbicides you can think of for killing Bermuda?
It's one that the blue label, Bio Advance make, but I'm not sure what they saying it kills Bermuda out of a certain type of grass. I can't remember it. And the reason I'm not so interested in it because I'm not trying to kill Bermuda grass. So it's not something I'm really researching.
I gotta look those up always.
Exactly. So look at BioAdvanced. Research that BioAdvanced product that controls Bermuda grass, and it should pop up.
Okay. All right, cool. Next up, we got Win Charity says, thanks God it's Friday, peeps. I went about 7 or 8 days without mowing. Sacrilege. How could you 7, 8 days not mowing? I got seed heads. Isn't that unusual for this time of year? I only usually see it in the spring. It is kind of unusual. Seed heads this time of year?
But hey, believe it or not, Ron, I've seen it on the me facing my house, left side of my house. And matter of fact, in the video I said I got some Bermuda grass seed heads over here. Now, having said that, it wasn't from the Tifway, the hybrid Tifway 419. This is from the Scott's blend of Bermuda grass that I overseeded when I first got here for a test, and I got patches of it growing throughout my yard. The average person can't really tell, but when I let it get high, I saw those Bermuda grass seed heads. So it's unusual, but just
cut it back and just keep up with it. Yeah.
Keep it moving, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so Michael H. Chapin says, what's up, Ron? Just checking in for a little. What's going on, Michael? And then next we got Jessica Garcia. We got Sunny in Bermuda. Got to say, hey, what's up going on, Sunny? He's saying hi to BYD and Ron. This is another YouTuber.
What's going on?
And then Jessica Garcia says, I'm in Corpus Christi, Texas. We have clay here too, like Georgia. What helped me was using RG Next Soil Plant Formula. Cool. That can help. I could see that. Guys, I don't think Simple Guy's here. Let's go back and draw again for this hat. I don't see him in the comments. I don't remember seeing him earlier, so we're going to draw again for this. Let's go back over here real quick and get another winner for the limited edition Ron Henry hat that Josh Habib gave the channel. And our winner is... Actually, did Travis win already? Yeah, Travis, sorry, you already won. So, I know Travis is like, no, what the heck? Yeah, you already won. So Travis, no, you can't do this. We're going to pick another winner, and that is Alex M. Alex M., are you present? Are you present, Alex? I'm pretty sure you're here. I think you're here. If you're here, if you're still here, send me an email to ron@golfcourselawn.com, and you, sir, will be the winner of this hat. So enjoy it in good health. Enjoy it. All right, cool. So let's burn through these comments. The last few questions we got here. So we got a super chat from C Math. Thank you so much, C Math.
Super chat
He says,
received.
I'm going to wear the hat every day, Friday, while cruising on the 101 Ron. Now I'll be mowing in style. Always, always. And let's see what else. Windchurch says, is it foggy in Georgia? Sometimes, not always. Sometimes, but not regularly.
Not tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, not tonight. Not normally. And let's see what else we got here. Adrian Fraser says, Ron and BYD, love the channel. And then Alex B says, Ron, Mirimichi Green, I also believe has a natural weed control product. Not sure if it's on the God First Lawn store. Do you know if it's selective or non-selective? It's natural. Oh no, yeah, they do have a natural weed control product. It is non-selective. I don't have it on the Golf Course Lawn store. It is non-selective. It will kill everything. I'll just say this. I've sprayed it on weeds where there's Bermuda around. The weeds will die off. The Bermuda also dies off, but the Bermuda, you can't really kill it, so it eventually comes back. It's non-selective. You don't want to spray it on your lawn. It will damage it. Don't do that. Which is why I don't carry it, because I don't want to deal with someone buying it and not reading the label and spraying it and damaging their lawns. So, all right, looking for the last few questions we got here. I think we are. He says, Green M, hey BYD, you giving away any of those new grills you got at Wally World? I'm jealous you got them for the price you did. Hope they're working out.
Not this year.
This year.
I love the barbecue, man. I'm always, and people who don't know, catch me on Instagram, Bermuda Grass Central on Instagram, and during the holidays, more or less in the summer, Memorial Day, you'll see me bring them out and do some grilling. I love grilling, man.
Sure. Yep. And it's awesome. And Jessica says we use Flagship. Excellent product. I have not used it, but I think BYD, you use Flagship this year, right?
Yeah. Got a full-fledged video on it.
Nice.
That stuff works, man.
It is good stuff.
The key behind that product is this. Apply it, water it in, mow your yard 2 or 3 times the first week. Then after that, maybe twice a week. And if you're not really into mowing that often, mow at least once a week. Make sure the grass, your blades are sharp on your lawnmower. And with that product alone, you're going to get just some results you had never seen before.
Nice. Nice. On Lawn Training says, BYD, you the coolest dude on YouTube. Great stuff tonight, guys. This is a good question. I like this one. Robert Mahora says, where do I look on the bag to see the percentage of slow and fast release fertilizer? That's a good question. So I'll show you. So we go over here. If we go to the Golf Course Lawn Store and we look at like Humic Max, on all bags of fertilizer, this should be noted this way. I know all the Lebanon Turf ones are, but all bags of fertilizer should have this. So if you go and you look at the label, right, you'll see the nitrogen listed, like how the nitrogen breaks down on the label. And you notice there, you see the asterisks after the nitrogen. So like the water insoluble nitrogen and the other water soluble nitrogen, those asterisks denote slow release or slowly available nitrogen. Because if we come down, I can't really move my mouse because it'll go off. But if you come down to like right here, see where my mouse is right now, right there, where it says 3.9% slowly available nitrogen from methylene ureas. So when you look at a bag of fertilizer, you can look for those asterisks because they should be denoted, and that will then take you to a footnote that'll tell you what percentage of the nitrogen is slow release. So to this product, with it being a 1608 and it's 3.9 slow release nitrogen, I think Mirimichi Green, Lebanon lists it as 35% slow release. If you work at the math on that, that's about what it comes out to, about 35% slow release nitrogen, what this product is. So that's how you can know. Look at a bag of fertilizer. If you see, look for the asterisks and then do some simple math, and you can figure out what percentage of the product is slow release nitrogen. So hopefully that helps. Robert, good question. That's a good one. Good one. All right. Next up we got here, and then Jose says urea is fast release. It is. That's right. And then hopefully that what I just showed there helps with that. Jose. Let's see what other questions we got here. Next Level Lawn Care saying hello, fellas. What's going on, Next Level Lawn Care? Thanks for coming to hang out in the live stream, saying hi. And I think we are winding down. I think Alex B, don't forget to email me your address for the hat. And I think I'm looking for other questions here to see what else we got. Yeah, we got a newbie question here from Jeremy Espinoza says, newbie question. I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The temps are in the 70s. So Fort Worth, middle of Texas. What fertilizer should I use? I want to put some nitrogen down. So if you're...
The thing is, do you need it? I mean,
do you really need?
It's going dormant. You don't really need it. 70 degrees. That's telling me that you're headed towards the dormancy stage of this yard. And I like I said, Ron, I'm always repeating it. People, they are excited and they always want to do stuff to their lawns. Even in the middle of winter, I just open up the blinds and just look out there and be like, man, it's got to be something I can do. But at some point, you got to give it a break. You got to let your lawn just rest. My only thing I would tell you now is to if it's still green, just skim over the top, keep it green. If you're starting to have leaves to fall, just either get a blower, blow them back into the wood line, or bag them up while you're mowing it. But don't go and think that here it is fall, even though some places it may be a little bit hotter in some places. Fall is approaching. So that's one reason you don't see as many videos being pushed out on YouTube as I would normally do, because
slowed way down.
The content is starting to disappear. So you don't necessarily need to put no nitrogen down on that. If you do, it's got to be somewhat very low, and you're putting it down to increase the function of another product that you're putting down now. But other than that, just
don't do anything. Let it go to sleep. Yep, I agree with that. Thanks for that, Jessica. Thanks for coming to hang out. We do appreciate you. And I am looking here. CMath or Sonny Bermuda. That's a good point, Sonny. He says, I can't believe California is outlawing gas mowers. It's going to become a trend eventually, man.
I got to say it.
Go ahead.
Listen.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. It's after 10 o'clock. I know it's going to happen now.
Listen to my channel,
We've been doing so good. It's about to come off the train tracks.
I told y'all this 2 years ago that gas mowers were about to disappear. California is leading the charge. I don't know the senator name who passed that law or whatever. But
someone that doesn't like grass.
Happen. Well, it's the
It's the trend. It's where things are going.
Yeah, it's the air. I mean, it's the air quality. You can't expect for us to keep consuming natural resource and not pay the consequences eventually. You are going to get a battery-powered lawnmower in the next 10 to 15 years. It's either you're going to be forced. That means you buying it, not you already got one. You just want to keep it running. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's like anything else. These factories with all these filters that weren't there 20 years ago, they're required to have them now. California is doing away with gas mowers, and supposedly gas-powered cars will no longer be sold in California in the next 5 or 6 years or whatever it is. You still can get one, but it's going to be hard to get one in California, and they're going to probably put a premium on you buying a car that's gas-powered in the state of California. Yep. It is what it is. I called that, and I've told y'all with battery mowers. People always come crushing down on me when I'm talking about it, but look across the internet and you see a lot of YouTubers pushing battery powered all of a sudden. I've been pushing last 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. Look across the whole, and look at your commercials on TV with cars. Every car manufacturer, even the high end, have come out with what? Hybrid battery powered cars all of a sudden. Tesla's not the one that started. I think it was Toyota with the, what was it called?
Prius. Yep. I mean, I'm through the first, but they're like probably the most successful one.
Yeah. Then you had the Leaf by Nissan. Now everybody got a battery powered car. I didn't get invited. Toro, what happened? Where's my ticket? But when they showed their new equipment coming out next season, they're going to show it at GEI. They were only really talking about the gas-powered stand-ons and gas-powered everything. It's all... Silver Symbol just did a Instagram with a battery-powered lawnmower from Toro. Mm-hmm. It's the commercial version of it. Toro, where's my lawnmower? But it's the commercial version of it. The battery trend is here to stay. It's not going away. Ron, you even see the battery-powered...
Real mowers.
Mowers.
It's going to be a thing. I mean, and I fully expect that eventually I'll have to get a battery-powered real mower. I mean, it'll be a thing. I'm not, and the thing is, once they get the technology figured out, there's a lot of advantages to it, right? It's just right now.
It's a lot of advantages. I give you one right now. When all y'all at the gas station trying to get gas for your lawnmowers, BYD was mowing with battery mowers. You follow me on Instagram. I got the Toro 52, but I took the Greenworks 25-inch out on jobs just to see how it worked.
How it do?
Believe it or not, it worked pretty good on yards that's maintained now.
Right.
But it worked pretty good. Real quiet. Even the lady yard I was cutting, she was like, "Is it running?" You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We took 3 batteries and we did 4 yards with it.
That's decent. It's decent.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Cool. All right. So next question we got. We're winding down here. Our brooch says, "How can I keep Xeon Zoysia from creeping into mulch bed?" A physical barrier is going to be your best bet. Kind of like with Bermuda. Yeah. Like you can't just you can't just have like the nice little web. Like for example, like say if the My Soil test is your mulch bed, like say this is the soil level here, you want something that goes down into this, like beneath the surface a little bit. So you're preventing the grass from running over or under. You want to create a physical barrier to prevent it from going in. That will help slow it down as much as possible. If you just try and put pavers down, like just a decorative pavers, that's not going to be enough. It'll still get through that. So like a physical.
Not gonna stop it.
And in Bermuda.
Now what?
Go ahead.
Well, I was about to say, one of the real more elaborate ways of doing it is that entire bed is going to have a weed block in it. And you're going to have a barrier that's the weed block is being pushed down enough in the ground to where the rhizomes won't try to run up under it and break through it. Now, when you go in the store and you see those weed barrier blocks says for 5, 10 years, 15 years, or 30 years, get the 30-year one because it's going to last about 6 years before it actually tears up. But get the best one they got. And I want to do a video on it to show people. I did a yard like this before where we did the barrier. The part that you're talking about, the weed block is underground. You got the steel barrier, the what's the name of that? Steel Comet. I can't think of the name of the steel barrier. sell it at Lowe's. That's there. And the way the bed is made, I always tell the customer, you don't plant stuff close to the bed. I need at least a foot or 2 feet away from whatever you're growing in there to put just a light taste coating right there at the edge of it to keep it from, when it grows in it and it touches it, it dies per se.
I got you.
You can't saturate it because if it rains, it's going to bleed out.
Get in the
onto
grass and damage it.
You know, so it's real tricky. It can be done, but most people don't want to put the cost into it.